The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, shout out to everybody out there. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you're watching the live. If you're watching the playback, also smash that like button. You know, we got another live for you guys, another great topic, another day, getting a chance to do what it is we love to do most here in life, which is cover the sport of boxing. And I'm very excited, man. Boxing's in a great place. Heavyweight division's in a great place. And Anthony Joshua, man, I gotta give Anthony Joshua a lot of credit. He's keeping this heavyweight division and he's keeping the boxing news very, very interesting this week. You know, with his whole grand USA tour. You know, first he was in Cali. He went to go see Virgil Hunter. Then he went to go see Canelo, and now he went to Houston. He went to H-Town to go see Ronnie Shields, and you know I have a lot to say about that. You know, Pops will be here any minute now to talk on the live as well and give his thoughts as well. But you know, shout out to everybody out there. You know, there's a lot to dissect when it comes to the whole Anthony Joshua Ronnie Shields potential partnership, and you know, there was an interview that just took place on the Boxing Voice. You know, shout out to Nestor Gibbs of the Boxing Voice. You know, they put out a lot of good content for a number of years here on YouTube. And, you know, in the interview with Nestor Gibbs and the Boxing Voice, there was a lot of light shed on, you know, Ronnie Shields and the potential AJ partnership and how it came about. And we got a lot of good details as to what Anthony Joshua is doing and what could be happening in the near future with Ronnie Shields and Anthony Joshua. But before I proceed any further, let me get to a couple of comments. You know, shout out to my guy, Ordinary Pete. Ordinary Pete, good to see you. As always, he says, we here for the pre-showing. What's good at Ordinary Pete? Good to see you. Jonathan says, Charlo hasn't looked good of late. What makes Ronnie Shields so special? Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not the highest. I don't have the highest opinion of Ronnie Shields. I don't think he's like the greatest trainer ever, but he's got heavyweight experience. He's won some. He's been a part of some big heavyweight fights, and I think he has qualifications that are good enough for the job. You know, now is he the best candidate for Anthony Joshua? No. We discussed that in the last live we did. I think there's a couple guys that I would rather have over Ronnie Shields, but I don't think Ronnie Shields is the worst appointment either. If that's what's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. But basically, look, I'm gonna tell you guys from the beginning what happened. If you didn't get a chance to check out the Boxing Voice interview, I'll give you an idea of what took place in the beginning, how this came about, and what exactly is happening right now. But before we get into that, finally, it's about time. The man is here. It's the champ is here. What's up?
Welcome to School Sports subscribers. Welcome to the #1 channel in boxing.
Oh, the home of boxing.
That's right.
Absolutely. So before I get into what happened, let me just ask Pops his initial thoughts. Pops, you know, you got your Cuban coffee. Mm-hmm. You're wired up. Mm-hmm. Let people know, what were your initial thoughts on the Ronnie Shields, Anthony Joshua news? If it does happen, like what's your?
I've been hearing it. I honestly think that I was actually going to the UK channels and all that stuff to see if I found out stuff about if he actually can crack the cracking yet. He hasn't done it yet, but I honestly think it's coming to that, or he's probably going to add somebody to his team. And I think the best way to go is to come back like me and BT watch a lot of UK fights, right? And we always say they have their own style. Coming to the US, you're going to get a different mentality, different way of fighting, and I think it's going to help him a lot. That being said, Timothy Bradley also came out and said that he thinks his confidence, he's lost like a lack of confidence even from the Ruiz first fight, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But I think for me, he is exploring a new trainer. I don't know how much of a change, how drastic that's going to help him with his next fight. Because one thing that me and Big T always talk about, a boxer needs to have more time than just one fight with the fighter. But I think it's great news if he's doing that. Not with Ronnie Shields, but I'm saying exploring other
he's looking, but I'll be honest, Pops. I mean, look, if we just take a quick look at the CV, the resume of Ronnie Shields, because that's one of the things I feel like you need to have if you're going to take this job with AJ for a tough fight like the Usyk rematch. Yeah. It has to be a guy that knows how to train heavyweights, number one, and also a trainer that understands heavyweight boxing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he should stick to Ronnie Shields. What I'm explaining is that he's going and doing this and trying to find himself an adamant trainer or a good qualified trainer that can fit his shoes. I doubt you think Stacey McKinley, Pedro Diaz,
Cuellar. I like Cuellar.
Cuellar. We also talked the other night about Tara,
Breland.
Definitely Breland.
McGuigan.
So there's a lot of other trainers and other things he can do. The way he's gonna do it, I don't know. But just the fact that he's taking the steps to go to gym here in the U.S. is telling us something.
Yeah. So look, if we take a quick look at the CV of the resume of Ronnie Shields at heavyweight, let's just run through it right quickly because I feel like Anthony Joshua needs a heavyweight trainer, and Ronnie Shields fits the criteria. So obviously we know he trained Efe Ajagba, which I don't know if that's a good name to have on your resume right now at this moment, but Efe Ajagba. He's trained Evander Holyfield in the past. He worked with Mike Tyson later in Mike Tyson's career, along with Stacey McKinley. He trained Taishan Dong. You guys remember him, the big Chinese heavyweight? That was a kind of a novelty act. He trained him. He trained David Tua. So he's got experience with heavyweights. He's done some good work with his heavyweights. But I'll be honest, man. Like, I don't know if Ronnie Shields is the guy. I could be wrong, but the reason I feel like Ronnie Shields may not be the guy is because I really think because of the temperament. Because one thing you must understand about Anthony Joshua and this stage of his career, you got to understand what you're dealing with, both in the ring and in the mind. You got to understand the temperament of Anthony Joshua. And look, Anthony Joshua, I think the people are saying that he doesn't have any dog in him or are being intellectually dishonest, because to accomplish what he's accomplished in boxing in his career, you have to have some dog in you. But I think he's lost some of it because of the money, because of being comfortable in the UK. So I feel like he needs a trainer. In my opinion, Anthony Joshua can ill afford a soft-spoken trainer. That's just my opinion. I don't think he should be training with the Virgil Hunters of the world. I don't think he should be training with trainers that don't have much experience training heavyweights like Eddie Reynoso and Ronnie Shields. Even though he's done some things in the heavyweight division, I don't even think that's the right fit for him. But getting to Ronnie Shields, because I want to talk about it. I just got done listening to the entire interview that dropped in the Boxing Voice today, and basically the way it came out was this. So Ronnie Shields was notified about a week ago that, and this is all according to Ronnie Shields, he was notified a week ago that somebody told him that they asked him, how would you be interested in training one of the top fighters at Matchroom? He said that'd be great, but they never told him who. So then I guess like a week or so went by, and he's not really much on his Instagram. I think he said his wife runs his Instagram, and basically he checked his Instagram because I guess his wife is sick or whatever. So he went to his Instagram and he saw that he got a message from Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn pretty much had asked Ronnie Shields if he'd be interested in training Anthony Joshua.
Right.
And that Anthony Joshua would be interested in coming to the gym to come see Ronnie Shields. So he said, yeah, have him come by the gym. Apparently, Anthony Joshua came to the gym twice, according to Ronnie Shields. The first time he came to the gym, it was nothing but basically just them talking about X's and O's and the technicalities of boxing. The second time he came to the gym, they worked a bit on the pads, and Ronnie Shields kind of got a chance to show him whatever they talked about. And from what he said in the interview, Ronnie Shields, it looked like everything went pretty well. It looked like everything sounded like it went pretty well. It sounded like him and Anthony Joshua had a good mutual understanding. And I'll tell you this, man. Look, like, I think for good, bad, or indifferent, like, if you look at the history of the best British heavyweights, I don't care if we talk about Lennox Lewis, I don't care if we talk about Tyson Fury, these guys didn't become who they needed to become in boxing until they came to America, until they got with certain trainers. So Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, whether it's Ronnie Shields or somebody else, he will be no different. He will need an American trainer in his corner to teach him the skills and the ability to fight like a big man, because Ronnie Shields said it himself. European boxing and the style most times is different than training in the U.S. So Anthony Joshua, I think from this point forward, I feel like he's got to really, if he wants to become that next big factor in boxing and still be a big factor in the heavyweight division, he's got to come to the States. He's got to make his home here. One thing Ronnie Shields said, which is kind of interesting because Stacey said this, Pops, was that he was on the pads working with him. Now, he didn't disclose what it was, but he just said as he was working with him on the pads, he come to find out that there's a lot of things that Anthony Joshua doesn't know. And he said that he's impressed the fact that he got so far knowing so little. So it kind of confirms what Stacey McKinley's been saying in my interviews all these years.
Right. And I think I always believe that change is good. So to see even Josh taking the steps, because at the end of the day, this is a very important for his career. This rematch he's had with Usyk, it means a lot to him, obviously, and everybody else. And I think that if he doesn't do that, then we don't know where he's gonna go after that. If he loses, but I think he's gotta make a change. Like I said, he needs that. Change is good, and he needs to get some type of trainer. I think Stacey McKinley's been preaching it for years. He's been working with champions, and just like Stacey McKinley says, you have to be a special trainer to know how to deal with heavyweights. And you gotta put that as part of a qualification on any trainer you go to, whether it's Ronnie Shields, whether it's anybody else. You gotta have some type of experience to deal with different heavyweights, how to deal with them, what you see in them. It doesn't mean that Ronnie Shields, I'm discrediting him. He's been around for a long time. I just feel that for me, I think Stacey McKinley, or like we mentioned,
Breland.
Yeah, Breland, and whatever comments are on the comments right here on the live, I can give us just about the trainings that I actually experienced.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out to my man Jonathan. He says AJ should link with Buddy McGirt. He was a great inside fighter, and he had great timing along with ring generalship. I don't think Buddy McGirt will be the worst choice in the world, because I feel like Anthony Joshua actually fits the description of what Buddy McGirt normally trains. If you guys know anything about Buddy McGirt's training career, Buddy McGirt normally trains fighters that are already established, and he normally gets them when they've lost or they need to tweak something. So he's really good for that kind of thing. So you could be honest on him that maybe Buddy McGirt. I would personally say for me, Buddy McGirt ain't the answer either, because like I said, to train Anthony Joshua, for me, from the outside looking in, I think you need to have a couple things. You need to, number one, I think you got to have a big personality and a strong personality, because you're going to need to drill things into Anthony Joshua in a very short amount of time. And drilling these things into Anthony Joshua, this is my opinion, I don't think you can drill certain things to Anthony Joshua in such a short amount of time, being a soft-spoken trainer. You're going to need to be somebody that's like, it's my way or the highway. Firm. You got to be damn near militant. That's why I feel like a guy like Stacey McKinley would be perfect for Anthony Joshua, because he's got buckets, loads, a lifetime of heavyweight experience. He understands heavyweight boxing probably better than most trainers in boxing. And on top of that, he's got a really, really strong personality, and he could be militant in his ways, which is what AJ needs.
Also, he's local. He's been around with heavyweights too. He's very experienced. We've seen him at the Warriors gym the other day. Jesse Robinson. I think Jesse Robinson. I don't know how, but I know. No. I
think Jesse would be a good assistant, not a head trainer.
Okay, well, assistant would be a voice in the ear of somebody will also be good. I think Jesse Robinson will be there also. Yeah. Got to give kudos to him, because I see how he trains people, what he teaches. He's now teaching another former heavyweight who was actually a trainer now, different things, and giving advice like you said, like assistant.
That's true.
You're right about that, BT.
Usam, what's good, champ? He said, what's up, BT? Shout out to my guy Usam from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Good to see you, champ. He says, this is why the heavyweight division is so unique. That's the only division where you can reach world elite level without having a complete package.
And Usam, you might know some if you're really into boxing in your area, and the Canadians, old school boxing that actually train heavyweights, and you might call out that you might be good for Joshua. Do you have any in your behalf that you might know offhand?
No. We'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah, look, honestly, I think whoever he picks as his trainer, it's important to a point, but at the same time, I think it comes down to Anthony Joshua applying whatever they teach him. He's got to. It's because apparently, look, according to Ronnie Shields in the interview, the first thing he told Joshua, or Joshua told him when he walked into the gym, he said that, well, I know a lot of people think that I don't have that dog in me, and this, that, and the third, but believe you me, the next fight with Usyk, I'm going to fight like a dog, but I just need someone like yourself to show me how to be the best dog I can possibly be.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got to say those things. He's got to believe in himself, and he's got to come out and he realizes that you can't fight a technical fight with Usyk.
No.
You can't be technical with Usyk, because that's where Usyk get him apart. So he knows he has to be more physical and throw more combination and throw more harder punches. Now, and for me, for Joshua, I think, honestly, Brendan, and I don't know how many well-known British fighters come to the U.S. and train with certain trainers, I almost feel that he's going to go and I don't know offhand right now that he's going to go with a trainer that's actually had some British fighters in the U.S. already that actually train with them, and he's going to go to wherever's a comfort zone for him.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Say again. I'm sorry.
I'm saying that there's trainers that I feel like he's going to come here to the U.S. and he's going to link up with some other British fighters that have been trained by some American trainers here in the U.S. and he's going to go where there's a comfort zone for him. No,
yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No,
I think Anthony Joshua. I think Anthony Joshua is smart enough to know that. And this is my opinion. I think he's smart enough to know that he needs to go, he needs to do something different, because if you do the same thing or anything close to what you've been doing, it's called insanity. If you do the same thing and you expect different results, that's called insanity. So I don't see that. I think he's gonna go somewhere that's completely foreign to him. He's already somewhere that's completely foreign. America in general, for the most part. Anthony Joshua will fight here. I mean, he may vacation here every now and then, but he's not like he's foreign to America.
Right. Yeah, so that's what my take on that. So I'm just happy that he at least realized he's got to make a change. Yeah, you have to look at that. You got to make it, and I'll say it again: change is good.
Yeah. Now, Usam says we have Makhmoudov who trains here, and the only heavyweight from Canada is Simon Keane. He was about to fight Fury last Saturday, but he's not really good. Yeah, so I don't think Canada is the answer for
I would just
AJ.
For conversation's sake, I mean, we don't. Yeah.
Jonathan says whoever it is, it's better than Rob McCracken. He had absolutely no idea what to say to Joshua against Usyk. He just kept saying great boxing, AJ. Now that's another one thing that is interesting. I think McCracken is going to be put in the bin and not be part of the team, because they asked, by the Boxing Voice asked Ronnie Shields, was there any discussions about keeping Rob McCracken as part of the team? And AJ told him, according to Ronnie Shields, that basically he's going to keep his assistant coach, which is Angel Fernandez, who's a very young coach in the sport of boxing. He's still very much learning. Angel Fernandez, I know. I don't know him. I haven't met Angel Fernandez, but I know of him because a friend of mine trained with him, which is Isaac Chamberlain. Fernandez was also hired when Joshua got ready to fight. What's his name?
Ruiz.
Ruiz. There you go. In the rematch. So. Yeah, he'll keep Angel Fernandez as part of the team, but
he made that clear.
He has it. I don't think McCracken's coming back. Which, look, I think that might be what's necessary, because look, McCracken gets a lot of credit for taking AJ as far as he did, but you get to a certain level sometimes where you need a change, and the changes can't be as effective as it's supposed to be if the old voices are still in the corner. So I'm sure AJ and McCracken talked about it, and it is what it is. Now, my man John Collins, He's coming with that 45 straight off the hip. He's telling y'all how it is. He says AJ needs more than a trainer is he needs a surgeon for a balls transplant. He said Anthony Joshua needs to get some balls.
I think people I don't know. Tim Riley was saying he needs psychologically. He's fine. He doesn't need no change. He just needs to psychologically get his head right. I don't know. I think change is good. I think a new coach. I just don't know. Is if just getting a new coach at this time and stage in the ball game is actually going to help him to beat Usyk with the little time he's going to have that coach.
I'm going to tell you guys this. Look, I've been saying it. If you go back and you watch some of my videos before he lost to Usyk, I said, look, Anthony Joshua still has room to grow because there's still some things he doesn't know. And I think in a weird way, as funny as it sounds, like if he, depending on who he picks as his trainer, I think it can still turn out to be good for him because of the simple fact that he's still so raw and there's still so many things he doesn't know. Right. So whoever gets a hold of him, as long as he's teachable, unlike like Wilder, if he's teachable, unlike Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua can still go on and become a champion again and still become the best version of himself in the second half of his career. It has happened before.
I always compare him to Fury made the change from Sugar Hill to from what's his name, Davidson to Sugar Hill. He realized he had to make a change for the better, even though she knew Sugar Hill from the past. He still made a change, and he did it at an appropriate time, even though him and Davis did a lot together too. So I think I almost compare that to what Joshua's got to do. He's got to find that elite or that mesh that will mesh him to come together and find a trainer that they both can mesh together, understand each other, and learn quickly and get in there and do what he's supposed to do.
Absolutely. Now we got my man. We got high tech Loma Usyk Southpaw Killer. He says, "Can AJ do what Usyk did and go to anyone's backyard. I mean, he's probably not going to do that because whether you like it or I like it, because trust me, look, I feel like at this point, he should be going to fight Usyk in the Ukraine, in the middle of fucking Kiev. That's where he should be going. He shouldn't be fighting in England. But we know how it is in boxing. Boxing is a business, is a sport, or as a business masqueraded as a sport. So the money comes first, money talks, and BS walks. So look, the rematch is going to be in England, more than likely because of the fact that Anthony Joshua is the draw, and that's where the money's at. So
that's true, but at the same time, and I'm a firm believer of this, I mean, fuck Eddie Hearns. I mean, I'm going to say it again, fuck Eddie Hearns, because people being selfish, for just wanted the man beat the man he beat right there in his fucking backyard, and now you're saying because you want to be greedy and you want to have fucking money, you're not even taking into account his management and say, okay, let's go ahead and have it in the UK, whatever, in the Kiev, in the Ukraine, because that's only the right thing to do. Money isn't everything. Money is greed. Greed is everything. Money isn't everything. And if that's so happy, Josh was beat Usyk in his backyard, then guess what? You can have the trilogy back in the UK. But guess what? Fucking Eddie Hearns ain't thinking about that. That's what I'm talking about. That's when they say fighters have power. Like today, for example, we learned something today. I'm not going to say no name in the local gym, but we went to that about one of the fighters that we follow here locally. That he's the one that's calling the shots, not the more nice manager.
Oh God, yeah.
The same thing I'm going to say about Joshua. Joshua's got balls to say he wants to fight officer. He needs to get balls and say, you know what? I got to give this respect to this man over here. He beat me in my backyard. I need to have my balls and go over there just like I did back to race in the U.S. and fought him. Let me do this and get this done. It's only the right thing to do, but no one fucking Eddie Hearns in the fucking zone. I like him and all. Fuck them for being greedy.
Hey, y'all done got Pops fired up, man. Yeah. That PTSD kicking in real quick, straight like that.
I took my medication, but I'm just saying, like, literally. I think that comment he made was right. I mean, even Usyk said, I wish he could have it. And why can't he? Because of greed.
Because of greed. Hector Saviola says Stacey McKinley would be a good trainer for Anthony Joshua, and I think it would be perfect because a lot of these guys, like let's just say, right, hypothetically, if he goes to a Reynoso, if he goes to Shields, if he goes to like Virgil Hunter, these guys already have multiple fighters they train. Now, Stacey McKinley only got one fighter he really trained, and that's the guy he talks about in every interview, Trevor Bryan. So Anthony Joshua can get a good sparring with Trevor Bryan. He's going to get the undivided attention of Stacey McKinley, and it's a guy that's been towards the top of heavyweight boxing and been in big fights. He's not. The job won't be too big for him.
And one thing I'm going to say, and I know it's about whether it's Joshua, Fury, Usyk, well not Usyk, Joshua, Fury, and even Wilder. You got to have a trainer that is not going to intimidate by the fighter. You got to have a trainer that got enough balls to tell the fighter, as great as you are, I'm not fucking scared of you. I'm telling you what the fuck you got to do. And you do it my way because we agreed on this. This is how it's going to be. And if you don't have that, if you have a yes man in your corner, it's going to be an instant failure instead of being a success. I think Stacey McKinley or anybody like Stacey McKinley will do that. I always go back to that time when he grabbed fucking
Trevor Bryan,
and
he slapped him in the corner.
Slapped the shit out of him.
If y'all don't on TV, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, and I wish you could find the footage on YouTube. Yeah. I remember when it happened. Yeah. Trevor Bryan was fighting heavyweight journeyman, tough heavyweight journeyman / gatekeeper Derek Rossi for some regional title, and the fight, I guess Stacey McKinley didn't like the intensity that Trevor Bryan was fighting with, so he literally took Trevor Bryan and he's like, "You can win this goddamn title." And then he smacked him like he gave him a forehand. He gave him a forehand
in the corner.
He gave him a backhand. He gave him a forehand and gave him a backhand again. And then he said, "Fuck around with you."
Yeah. So
and then Trevor Bryan went out.
I'm not saying that's what we got to do to any if it's Josh or anybody come to his corner. But what I'm saying, you need a trainer that's not going to be intimidated by the fighter's success. You cannot be a yes man to make the fighter better.
No, absolutely not. Now look, Pops, listen. The whole live, the whole chat. And by the way, to the chat, make sure y'all smash that like button. Yeah. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Mm-hmm. If you like the work, super chat, all that good stuff.
Hit the like, yeah.
Yeah. If you listen, if y'all agree with Pops, I want y'all to type in the comments right now. If y'all agree with Pops right now, I want you to type in that chat. Type fuck Eddie Hearn in the comments to give me props.
Just, yeah. I'm just saying, like,
because you got I feel like 5 people typed that already.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people were upset with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, because and what's fair is fair, and I truly believe that. But then again, like I say, it goes back to the fighter. If he has that power he say he has, that he controls what he wants to do, whatever, then he can tell Eddie Hearn, you know what, Eddie Hearn, you don't fucking take me here, we ain't gonna have no fight for right now. You ain't gonna make no money, and I ain't gonna make no money because I already got fucking money. Simple as that.
Yeah. Now, my man, shout out to my guy Oleksandr Usyk. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Oleksandr Usyk. He says Floyd Senior is the answer. What do you think about Floyd Senior?
Oh wow, I never thought about him. Floyd's good. Floyd's with a lot of fighters.
What's good. Anthony Joshuas doing shoulder rolls this year?
I'll be honest with you. Me personally, I respect Floyd Senior. I love him the best. He never gets the credit he gets. He should have been one of the better years for a long time ago. But I don't think he's fit for the heavyweights. I don't think he's truly fit to teach a heavyweight the way he should. I just don't fit. I don't see that fit. Not take nothing away from him. He gets the young fighters of the generation, and he tells them about Floyd. And a lot of these upcoming young fighters that are coming up, that's all the first thing they want to talk about, and there's nothing wrong with that. I grew up watching Floyd, this and that, and they're believing the hype, this and that. And I'm not saying that Floyd Senior is not good enough. I just don't think that he has a resume like a Stacey McKinley or like.
I don't think the way like Usam says. I'm gonna agree with Usam. Yeah. I don't think a Floyd Senior, whether it's Joshua or any heavyweight, I don't think the way he trains fighters to fight with the Detroit shoulder roll. That's not for me. That's not for the heavyweights. Like that's not conducive for heavyweights.
That's well said. You probably took that.
Like look at okay. If you want to know how Floyd training a big man would go, look at Andrew Speedy. How'd that work out?
Not fucked up. With that shoulder roll, with all that shit. So I don't think he's the right fit. Well said, some from Canada. You took it out of my word. That's exactly what I was trying to say. I just don't think he's the right fit for that. For the young generations coming up and whatever other weights, it's great because they all grew up with Floyd and they all believe in that shit. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. But for heavyweights at this time, for Joshua, he don't got time with his bulky mouth to go, oh, do the shoulder roll, oh, do this and do that. he just don't. You know, he needs a coach about, old school, do it this way, do it that way, blah, blah, blah.
It's like what does Stacey McKinley? Let's say Stacey McKinley said, look, all you need that heavyweight is a good jab, a good right hand, and a left hook. Yeah, all that shoulder roll bullshit. We don't need that heavyweight. This is the grown man division. Yeah. I know. Sometimes I try to talk to Stacey McKinley about these fighters in the low weight class. You know what he told me? Yeah. He said, "Oh, you mean them cartoon characters? Let's talk about the real fighters, man. Yeah. Heavyweights." Because and just like we have, like take what's that, we have a great, what's that guy that does the heavyweight channel over here? I like him a lot. Mr. Boxing Today.
Mr. Boxing got a specialty in heavyweight boxing. Okay, the same thing.
Go subscribe to Mr. Boxing Today, by the way.
A great channel. He's specialized in heavyweight. Guess what? Stacey McKinley and whoever else you guys got there, you say that have experience with heavyweights that actually been there in old school. It fits the criteria.
Yeah, I know my boy. Let me see what this guy's comment. He asked me. Oleksandr Usyk says, "What do we think about Ben Davidson?" Now, Ben Davidson, I think he's still a young trainer. He's very much learning, but I don't think Ben Davidson is the answer either because of the fact that we've already seen what Ben Davidson had the best heavyweight in the whole world. He had Tyson Fury, and he damn near got to knock him out by giving him the same instructions for 12 rounds. He said, "Tyson, use the left hand, use the jab, don't get greedy." And he said that he gave him the same instructions for 12 rounds.
Was that mean don't throw my combination punch when I do it after the jab?
That means basically keep your right hand and stick it in your back pocket because you don't need to throw it.
Wow. I mean, I'll go along with chiming with what BT said. Ben Davidson is doing great. You got Joshua. I mean, you got Taylor now. I mean, he's doing his thing. He grew up. He got the experience through Tyson Fury. But I'm going to say again, you got to have a specialty in heavyweights. Stacey McKinley been around. Heavyweights, the Mike Tyson. Now we got the Dream. I'm sure he said some other heavyweights he's had. He's been around the fighting game long enough and more experience. You got to have an edge. And the more experience you have, the longer you've been in the boxing game, from the old school to the new school, incorporate the two, and you become a better trainer. I still go with Stacey McKinley.
Okay. Now, shout out to Frankly Sherry. He says, AJ should go with Canelo's trainer. A better. He should go with Canelo's trainer because they have better steroids. He also says, "What do you think about Teddy Atlas?"
Oh my God, Teddy Atlas. He's a great motivator, and he knows boxing. He's good at everything. I'm just going with my gut feel. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think he's a fit.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to say about Eddie Reynoso, that was brought up about him that I don't think would fit Joshua is he's more with this technical defensive type of training from reading today. And I don't think Joshua needs that right now. He needs to go in there and attack and be forceful and get throw those punches and don't fear that movement and stop that movement one way or another and get it done. And it has to be by aggressiveness. So I don't think him with the jab, with all that shit he takes over there, and you don't want to put a black cloud on Joshua. If Joshua goes to that gym, no matter if he wins or loses, he's going to be correct. Whether he's wrong or right, going to be characterized as being part of some shit.
You know what Anthony Joshua needs to do?
What?
He needs to go. He needs to go see Jerome Miller for the special stuff.
Oh man, yeah.
Jerome Miller. That's what Black Magic Genetics says. He's always joking around. He says, "Baby got the good shit."
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I'll put you on. He only got busted about 3-4 times. I love Big Baby. He's there with Cunningham. I hope he does good with Cunningham and comes back because I want Big Baby to come back.
No, I know. W. Rao, shout out to W. Rao. He says AJ's punch resistance is gone like Wilder's. It's too little, too late.
Is he saying the way he throws it or not throwing enough?
Huh?
Is that what he's saying when he says that? The punches, he's not throwing enough punches?
No.
He's not. What's he saying?
He's saying when he gets hit, he can't sustain too many punches. That's what he's saying. His
Yeah.
ability to take punches, just like Wilder's, has gone to crap, pretty much.
Wow.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think that could be, that's the possibility. I think, like I said, he needs a coach to give aggressive-minded. He's been in the game long enough, even though he's still young, and all that pounding affects you also. But I just think he needs a coach that's got sound, discipline, and has everything right, and has experience. Experience is the key with me.
Experience. Now, shout out to my boy, Yoasis, Kingdom Cuts. God bless him.
God bless you, your family.
He says Tia Fimo's dad should train AJ. Yeah, Anthony Joshua, he's training with my son, bro. we got Jennifer Lopez. We got Metallica.
Yeah.
What do you think about
over here?
What do you think about TOC training AJ?
No. He's too freaking crazy. It's too psycho. The only reason him and his son match a lot is because it's in their blood. They understand each other and that. But if Joshua I'm not saying you don't got any him, whatever. I don't think they'll be a good fit. Joshua's very humble. He'll talk when he has to speak, and he lets everything out in the ring and the press conference, whatever. He's not gonna be for that fucking drama bullshit. He's not.
No, I was talking to a couple people, and they like.
I respect them. I like both of them.
JD Blanca mentioned Brian McIntyre, right?
Oh wow.
And I've had a couple of friends that I talked to.
They signed two, right? They signed a fighter that used to be a champion. I was just
Khan.
McIntyre. I just got
Khan. Amir Khan.
No, Amir Khan. Jason something or Matt. I was reading it.
Anyway, Bomac. He said JD says Bomac is the best, but Amir Khan doesn't get along with AJ, and we know why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we know why. Do you know why?
Oh, he smashed his girl.
Yeah, that's what happened. Of course.
When you sleep on your girl and you don't know what the fuck she's doing,
oh God,
so you're gonna slip aside and find somebody else. When you don't go in there and eat from the store and you gradually eat from there, don't worry about it. Somebody's gonna go into your store and eat what you got. Simple as that. You fell asleep, you trusted her, and blah, 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 and she found another, you know what.
Pop's wilding out here.
Yeah.
Pop's wilding. He got no filter.
At the end of the day, but they just signed a guy that was an ex-champion. I thought you read it. That's why you tell you.
Now, KS says Ronnie Shields will be a perfect fit for AJ. Don't forget that Ronnie was a great fighter himself. Amen. Ronnie Shields will be I don't know. He's a solid fit. I just think there's like 3, maybe 4 people I would hire ahead of him. That's just my opinion. But look, if it happens from the way Shields is talking in the interview, it looks like they have a good mutual understanding, and that's the most important thing after
you meet somebody. You got that feel
between fighter and the trainer.
It's like going for a job interview. If you got a good sense of who you're gonna hire right off the bat, you're gonna hire because you like his vibe. And then Shields and Joshua got that vibe. it's all good. And you also brought a good point, which I didn't think about. Yeah, she was supposed to fight her, so it's based on experience and everything. Yeah, you can fight that, but because he's been inside the ring, it could also help him and teach him all the different things. So that's a good point to bring out.
Ordinary Pete says, "Hey BT, show me how to block for when I forget to tell my wife how your birthday." Yeah, when you forget to tell your wife how your birthday, Ordinary Pete, look, you might gotta slip to the right, slip to the left, block, parry, block, slip, dip. Make sure you have all your bases covered. Move your head off the line. You know, don't let her throw no knives at you. Be ready for anything, champ.
Yeah, you just don't know, man. Shoes,
shame on you.
heels,
shame on you. Shame on you for forgetting. Shame on you.
Oh,
Now, Black Magic wants to know. Oh, this has been off topic, but he wants to know: are we going to do a wake after Caleb Plant gets massacred?
Of course. And listen, we're gonna accept. Here.
That's not gonna happen.
But listen.
If it happens,
listen. At the end
we'll
of the
give
day,
credit.
We have to accept the fact and realize this is boxing. We can talk all we want, say what we want, but then the day it's got to be done in the ring. And if Caleb Plant gets beaten down, which I don't see happening, we'll have to accept it like anybody else. Let's take it like a man.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. Oleksandr Usyk says, I think that Anthony Joshua overall is a better boxer and ring technician than Deontay Wilder. Wilder to me seems kind of like a Tommy Hearns type of guy.
Hit those like buttons, please.
One hit wonder, but twigs for legs. Yeah, he's got that strong, wiry body type. You know, real thick bone density. You know, those really skinny legs. But them guys sometimes punch the hardest because they have very thick bone density. So yeah, I would agree with your statement.
I mean, the Croatians, just like the Croatians. The Ukrainians, just like the Croatians in that country, they're very strong bone. If you look at Hergowitz, that's a big motherfucker. But that motherfucker's thick bone too. You're going to get him down. So I get what you're saying. Those guys in those countries, they're thick bone and their movement is crazy and the way they train. So yeah. So you're going to have a trainer that can incorporate into Joshua how to deal with movement like Joshua's throwing at him or any opponent can throw him like that.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. Look. Hopefully, I'm kind of just waiting to see what Anthony Joshua does because literally, how many more gyms this guy gonna go visit?
Hey, man.
Hey, listen, AJ.
I'm gonna say before we came on the live, BT said he's working his way to South for 305.
Yeah, look, I was telling my dad, I have this straw. I hope. I mean, maybe I'm just being optimistic because I want to run into AJ and get an interview. But like. I think Anthony Joshua is working his way to South Florida because he started in Cali.
You told me, yeah.
And now he's in Texas. So the only place he has left to go
is to
South Florida, and he knows.
And he's been down here too, right?
Yeah.
Who was he training when he was down here? Was he the Warriors gym or what? When he was down here, when he was in a hitting gym or whatever?
It was some he just bought a warehouse.
Oh, that was it?
That's all it was. He just bought a warehouse.
Okay.
So that's what it was. Usam says, what's funny is Mark Breland was a croc fighter and his style was perfect for Wilder to learn, but he wouldn't listen. Yeah. He was. And like the crazy thing is I remember when I was in Vegas back in June, I was sitting down one day, I just decided to watch some old fights. So I watched Mark Breland versus Lloyd Honeygun with a fight where like Breland dropped Honeygun with like a jab. Like literally he dropped him with a jab multiple times in the same fight.
Wow.
He scored like 5 or 6 knockdowns. Like, there was a lot of knockdowns he scored. And I was sitting there, I was watching him. I'm like, man, he looked a mini like if Wilder would have actually listened to him, he looked like what Wilder would have looked if Wilder would have paid attention and actually implemented the skills that Breland was trying to teach him. But you know, you could have all those skills in the world as a trainer, and you could be willing to teach. But if you do have a willing participant, if you do have a willing pupil, then it doesn't matter.
I mean, in the training, Caicedo, right? He only trained what? The King Kong, that's it? That's heavyweight?
Caicedo?
Yeah, that's all he trained?
Herman,
he's been around, though.
Herman Caicedo, he trained, I mean, I can't remember the other, Luis Ortiz, Carlos Negron.
Wasn't he at the heavyweight factory when they had the big fighters back in the day when they had a Klitschko?
He never trained those guys. Those guys were always with Manny Stewart and whatnot. So, yeah, man.
Talking about another local trainer.
Now, Julio wants to know. Julio says Pops and BT should train Anthony Joshua.
Shit, I'll tell him straight up. I'll tell him straight up. I'll tell him, look, motherfucker, you're a big motherfucker. You go in there and you throw the motherfucker punches, or you have to deal with me. Just joking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, I really want him to pick a trainer that's valuable for him. And Brandon knows a lot of people running the boxing game locally in the South, the 305. And what's funny is I think BT has even tried to get in touch with Eddie Hearns to say if you want any kind of advice about the South area gyms or anything about boxing, give me a call.
Anybody in boxing who knows me personally, I've always told people that I'm close to and that I respect. I say, look, if you ever need direction as to where you need to go in South Florida to get certain things, certain fighters, certain sparring for certain weight classes. There's about what, like, you see this little over there? Yeah. All the gyms. There's like 26, 27 gyms across the Tri-County area. I've been to almost all of them. I've been to all but probably two of the 27 gyms. So, but with that, there's a lot of fighters from a lot of different places, from a lot of different weight classes, and there's always good work here. So I'm always like, look, I'm always willing to point people in the right direction if they come to the Miami area, because there's always a lot of good work out here.
I mean, a lot of times what happens is what a lot of these big promoters, like I was telling BT, the first fucking thing they ask you, I shouldn't be cursing. The first thing they ask is basically is how many subscribers you got. Your subscribers has shit to do with what you know about boxing and in every community. But that's how it's stereotyped. It's too bad, because BT would have been a great guy to tell Eddie, hey, look, Eddie, do it this way. This has been back in the day when Eddie had a Big Bang Mill we're talking about. We're not just talking about now. Yeah.
Ordinary P wants to know, when you went to the Blake Davis fight, did Pops come? And remember, he's got to get that food rating channel going on. Let's take a poll.
Hold on. Actually, I'm trying to put this in the way that you do. He met a nice honey that loves to cook. So maybe she might be on the channel.
Oh, God.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. How many of you guys want to see the Pops cooking channel?
I gotta just start it. Once I take this life vest off and whatever, and get everything right, then I'll be able to do it more. I can't do it with this thing on my heart and everything right now. I'm going to the doctors next week and everything. So
yes, y'all keep Pops in your prayers.
Yeah.
Boss Hog 8 says oh no, he's saying that no way could Wilder beat Joshua, because somebody said that Wilder would beat Joshua. He's saying no, Joshua would beat the brakes off Wilder. Julio says that it's inaccurate to say that Wilder has no chin. AJ has a weaker chin, and historically he's been dropped more than Wilder. Well, let's see. Wilder got dropped by Harold Scorniers, or Journeyman. Wilder got dropped by Fury. Was it twice in the second fight, or once? Was it once or twice? I think it was twice. Twice. It was twice. Right. And then he got dropped this fight, what, like 2-3 times?
Yep.
So 5 knockdowns?
I'm just going to put it like this. Joshua has a chitty chin, but he's a better skill boxer than Wilder. And Wilder got fucked up because like I said, he didn't know how to fight going backwards, and he didn't know how to deal with what Fury was bringing to him. Simple as that. So you can look at both fighters and say, this is what happened, but the best way would be, like BT would say, I would love to see a Joshua and Wilder fight. Or I would like to see a Joshua and Fury fight. Matter of fact, I was thinking about Fury today. Fury said that he wants to end his career fighting Joshua. He wants to. That's what he really wants to do. He already fought all the other great heavyweights that he beat, so he would want that. But back to what I was saying, I think that Joshua's chinny, but he's got more skills, and that's why he lost to not in this fight. In other fights when he got knocked down. But Wilder is not as skillful as Joshua. He doesn't know how to fight his back foot. He did improve with Millie Scott, but he's got to build up a skill set more. That's my opinion on both of them.
Shout out to Troy Graham. He says, Troy and Pops Cocina.
Yeah, cook. That's right, Troy. You come out with your new book, yeah, man, because every time I see you, and you guys, you all need to check out Troy Graham on Instagram when he puts out those damn recipes, food out there. It's mouth-watering. If you love soul food, check out Troy Graham because he got it going on.
Yeah, man. Ben Stewart says he left it too late to Joshua. He should have brought others in a long time ago. 6 months to train is not enough. It's not long enough.
Yeah, he's right. He's absolutely right what he's saying. You can't just have a new trainer come in and expect to incorporate all his knowledge, 20 years knowledge.
So if it doesn't matter, If it doesn't matter anyway, then all this talk about who his trainer is all relevant.
No, from a psychological point of view, if this is what makes Wilder say, you know what, I have to make this change and I have to get a new trainer, regardless if it takes me 6 months to a year or whatever I have to learn, and I have to make that change, then he's going to feel better about himself. So even going to the fight, he can say, okay, I made an adjustment. I got myself a new trainer, and I know it's gonna be it's not gonna happen right away, but I've done something good for me and my team. So psychologically, it will help Josh. And instead of going into the gym and saying, okay, I still got old man been cracking, and I'm tired of what he's done. He didn't do enough. I respect it for how far we got, but we didn't get too far this time around.
Yeah. It's your boy BT, the Untouchable True School Sports Empire. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Definitely run it all the way up.
Thank you.
That'd be greatly appreciated. Now John Collins, this is the gambler. This is the guy that
what he said.
He's got the great picks.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of money. Listen to this pick. He says Wilder is a banker to beat AJ. He's saying that you can bank on Wilder beating AJ.
Right.
It's gonna happen if they fight.
Yeah, because the power, the power that he brings, and because Josh is chinny, of course. I agree with that point, of course.
Yeah. Wilder was knocked out in the amateurs, dropped twice before Fury dropped him and stopped him. And that's a great point, and that's an underrated point, Troy. You're right. Deontay Wilder got folded up like a blue steel chair when he was amateur boxing by Evgeny Romanov, who now is a top 15 ranked fighter in the new Bridgerweight division. And by the way, speaking of the Bridgerweight division, we will be live this Friday for the first ever Bridgerweight title fight. Where's Hiro at, man? Where's Hiro?
That one will come later on. He will come in later on.
But the first ever Bridgeweight title fights this Friday. I'll be live for it, along with Saturday. We'll be live for Shakur Stevenson versus Jamal Herring. So make sure you guys don't make too many plans and y'all join us for that. But you're right, Troy. Evgeny Romanov absolutely destroyed Wilder in the amateurs, and that's honestly. And this is my opinion. I know the whole thing happened with Povetkin and the Meldonium situation. And I think Wilder looked for a way out of that fight because, you know, he still fought Luis Ortiz, who had hit a checkered past himself. I don't think he fought Povetkin because Povetkin had the same dimensions and did something similar to Evgeny Romanov. And Povetkin was giving him flashbacks of Evgeny Romanov. But that's just my opinion.
But, Troy, who you think Wilder should go with as a trainer, Troy? You've been around boxing, you know.
Anthony Mazzano says, ¿Cómo estás, mis hermanos, Pops and BT?
¿Cómo está? Que Dios te bendiga siempre.
Wilder has never fought a puncher his entire career. I mean, that's why we say, Troy, and that's why I've said a lot of times here on this channel, that he didn't really have a progression as a heavyweight fighter. He was in a witness protection program for boxing, you know, so, you know, it is what it is. I agree. Not to be racist or anything, but Wilder would have make a better basketball player. He's too stupid for boxing. Well, look, listen, you can't call him stupid. He made over $10 million, $20 million, $30 million, whatever he made. He made millions and millions of dollars with no skills. So if he's stupid, I wish I was stupid. Yeah, I need to become a bit more stupid myself.
And he came from being a Budweiser truck driver or working on the shelves, whatever, to where he's at today. So God bless him. He's living the American dream.
Yeah, now Troy Graham says that Tommy Brooks is the man that Joshua needs as his new trainer.
What's he
Tommy Brooks. I heard the name. Yeah, you might need to refresh my memory, Troy, because I'm tripping on who Tommy Brooks is right now. The problem with AJ facing Usyk, not Ruiz this time, even in the first fight, you could see his game plan was all effed up. Yeah, man. Anthony Joshua, you know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he's literally got to. Him and Wilder are damn near one and the same. Like him and Wilder, in a different way, they both made it to the top of the division, very, very raw. And I think
he was the trainer for.
I've seen that guy. I know him.
Yeah,
I've seen him.
Wow. Okay. You put on something new. Thank you, Troy.
Let me see. But yeah, as far as going back to Usyk or AJ and Wilder. AJ and Wilder were both so raw. I mean, Wilder, I would say, was more raw than AJ, but these guys were both so raw and both so lacked so much of heavyweight that it really goes to show you that the heavyweight division doesn't have the most depth. I mean, it's getting better, but the fact that these guys didn't get found out earlier in their careers, it kind of goes to show you, like, yes, they're good, yes, they have their good attributes about them, but it goes to show you that, like, the heavyweight division now isn't what it was like in the 90s or the 80s, damn sure not the 70s or when Ali was fighting. So, you know, but on the flip side, while these guys have their deficiencies, it's also made for good fights, great fights, because these guys are vulnerable. They got, you know, glaring weaknesses, and most of the time when you get fighters who are very vulnerable and have these weaknesses, it makes for really entertaining fights. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Nathan, National Memorial Garden. Shout out to you.
God bless you and your family, Nathan. You always comment about us. God bless you.
Wilder is just big and dumb. Big dummies get exposed. You can't listen, I know it's easy to pick on Wilder, and he never fought a puncher, but there is something to be said for his ability to land the right hand. A lot of people can't land the right hand like Wilder lands the right hand. So, yes, it don't look pretty, but the one thing he mastered was landing that right hand.
Yeah, you can almost argue that regardless of how we look at him, we judge him, you can't say that in this era he's not one of the best heavyweights with that devastating right hand. You just can't. You got to put him in the discussion.
BT is the shout out to Anthony. He said, BT, is there certain fighting styles in boxing you feel can only work in certain divisions? For example, can the pull counter style work in heavier divisions? The pull counter style, in my opinion, can only work in heavier divisions if that fighter that's doing the pull counter has power behind the shots. If he has sharp power and quickness behind the shots. Now, Andrew Tabiti is a great example of this. Andrew Tabiti was a fighter that tried to have this sort of style. It didn't work for him because he doesn't have the speed to generate the power behind the pull counter to make it as sharp as he needs to. So when he fought a real puncher like Junior Dos Ticos absolutely knocked him into oblivion, and he ain't been the same since. He ain't been the same since. See, Luis Ortiz. He didn't want to fight Louis. It's funny. Me and Pops were just at Luis Ortiz's gym today to go watch some good sparring. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like Luis Ortiz, a good heavyweight. Why are you asking about Luis Ortiz? What's up, BT and Pops? How was your weekend?
Good. God bless you.
What day is it today?
We were busy, but we went to the local.
What day is it today?
Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, so it was late. It was all right. I can't complain.
Yeah.
It was good. We had a good week. You know,
busy
I rested pretty much all of Sunday because last week was a long week. This week's been a long week, and this week will continue to be a long week. But you know, it's all in the name of getting good content and maximizing the rest of my time here in South Florida. Because October the 26th, I will be in Las Vegas for a month. I'm going to a couple of fights. I'll be going to the Jerron Ennis fight. I'll be going to the Crawford fight. So
my Carlo Mayo.
No, I'm not going that far.
Oh, okay.
Because you gotta get a vaccine to go to the venue. And I'm not going to know.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get too far deep into it, but yeah. Lawrence says, I have to call you out, BT. When AJ beat Ruiz, you called it a masterpiece in boxing. I called it more of AJ getting on his bike. What Usyk did to AJ was a masterpiece. I think it's a good switch for AJ. The rematch was a masterpiece. I mean, granted, Ruiz did him a favor by being heavy, but you can't take away Joshua's performance in the rematch. Because the thing is, if he would have lost to that Ruiz, he would have been damned if he did and damned if he didn't. Because if he would have lost to that Ruiz, they would have said, you would have been here saying Anthony Joshua lost to a fat, out-of-shape Ruiz after he just got knocked out by him on short notice. And then when he beats him, you still don't want to give him credit. So I feel like you got to give him credit for the performance. It's the burden of proof was on Andy Ruiz to show that what he did in the first fight wasn't a fluke, and he failed to show it. So it is what it is. I think both performances were good. Obviously, I think the Usyk performance was better, but the AJ performance against Ruiz was good as well. As far as the switch with Ronnie Shields, if it goes through, I don't think it's the worst appointment in the world, but I also don't feel like it's the best appointment in the world either. But we'll see how it goes.
Thank you for your comment, calling whatever you feel is right. Respect.
I think Lawrence out there in Texas. So shout out to my guy Lawrence in Texas. Are y'all ready for Stevenson versus Jamel Herring? I know you are. This guy is one very delusional individual when it comes to fighters around that weight class.
This is why shorts are on, American shorts on with a half camouflage, which means half American flag, half camouflage. I gotta support my veterans. I gotta go with Jamel Herring.
I'm not gonna talk too long about this, but you're the same person. You're the same person, Pops, that was on Jamel Herring for quitting. You said, he's a Marine. He quit. You're a hypocrite. And then he has one good. He has one good performance against Carl Frampton, and all of a sudden you're a Jamel Herring fan. All of a sudden you got a Team Herring soap dispenser in the bathroom.
Man had an injury, a serious injury. I never left the time. I overreacted and took my emotions to a different level. Then I have to step back and understand and realize that. But I'm going with my Marine. I'm a veteran.
You're no different
I gotta support my
right now. You're no different than the LDBC.
Oh, hell no.
Because
LDBC.
listen. They want to act all humble now and say, yeah, Fury versus Wilder was such a great fight, and wow, Fury's the great heavyweight, but Wilder's the second best heavyweight. They're only being humble now because they got to be humble. And you only recanted what you said because Jamel Herring beat Frampton. If Frampton would have beat Jamel Herring and stopped him, you would have said, see, Frampton punished him. Frampton did this. But because Jamel won, all of a sudden.
My argument with Shakur Stevenson is he doesn't fucking finish fights. He doesn't have knockout power. He's got technique. He got technicality, techniques in this thing. I get all that. Pity pop, this and that. So I don't never see him dominate any fucking fight. Yeah, he wins his fights on punching, technology, that's all he does. And what your argument is, he always wins. But I want to see him dominate. And that's why I tell you, if you
can't dominate.
If you ever moves up to 130 and find out what I paid, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
That's how you talk about it. Yes. First of all, he can't whip the fight. He can't whip the fight now out there at 130 because he's already at 130.
Okay, well,
now out there's at 26.
Okay,
now out there,
okay,
come see him.
When the line comes up there and gets there, he'll beat his ass. He will beat Shakur. And Shakur would have focused.
Can I tell you what's gonna happen?
And Shakur would have.
Can I tell you what's gonna happen?
Shakur, if he wins, fine. I respect it all. I just want to do it in a dominant fashion.
He's gonna win.
Levels to get up and do
He's
something.
gonna win against that out there in extremely boring fashion, and you're gonna still shit on him.
Let me say it again. He better stop winning this fight. Take his life more seriously because he's about to be a father. God bless him.
Anyway, Ordinary Pete says BT ain't gonna talk about those pics of him talking to them babes. Oh yeah, he's referring to the not pictures, they were clips.
Oh yeah.
They caught me slipping. I was at the fights this weekend, right?
Shit, he left me on there. I was saying about myself. I said to myself when I go to these fights and I just talk to everybody. Everybody knows me. Shit, he see. You ever see like a fly on rice? You know that saying when the fly comes on the rice real quick or whatever. A fly on this and that and get on it. Shit, Reach was running, flying faster than that fly. When I see him BT, I didn't see him all night, but I sure seen him with 3 girls on him.
I was ringside. Yeah, I was ringside.
Yeah.
Talking about boxing. Anyway, B. Anthony says, BT, what divisions do you guys feel suffer from lack of depth and don't use the heavyweight division? That's a cop-out. Okay. I will definitely use the 126. I think 126 is the division that doesn't have a lot of depth. I mean, you got what? Mauricio Lara, you got help me out, guys. I mean, Lee Wood. Lee Wood's got a version of a title. 126. You know, Warrington. I think 126 don't have a lot of depth, in my opinion. There's no there's no true A-level fighters except maybe Gary Russell, but he don't fight, so I can't even consider.
You can't count him no more.
I can't even count Gary Russell no more. If Wilder would have won, can you imagine the shit the LDBC would have been saying? Oh, it would have been.
Oh my God.
It would have been great. That's why we appreciate Tyson Fury, and we're gonna appreciate Plant because listen, the LDBC got theirs. Now the Canelo fans gonna get theirs next, come November 6th. AJ fights punchers, bro. What the dude's saying makes no sense. Wilder has never fought a puncher in his career. That's why dudes like Klitschko and Dillian White and AJ and fought a Fury, a dude he called Pillow Fist. Yeah, he didn't want to fight those guys. Deontay Wilder didn't want to fight those guys. You know. Yeah, a lot of fighters have offered Anthony Joshua help. I mean, when I interviewed Riddick Bowe a couple years ago, he said he'd be very happy to help Anthony Joshua if Anthony Joshua ever asked for it. So, you know, there's a lot of options out there for him. Would you rather have Colbert versus Stevenson or Valdez versus Stevenson 130 for undisputed BT? I would rather have. Well, I like Chris Colbert. Chris Colbert is a top fighter, a fighter that I'm a fan of. So obviously, I'd rather have Colbert versus Stevenson because I don't like Oscar Valdez and what happened with the whole Consensial fight. But if I take my feelings out of it and I just want to see the storylines and the matchup, I think Valdez versus Stevenson is the more interesting fight. So I'll say Valdez versus Stevenson just because I think if I went live for that fight, you'd probably get a more animated pops and you get a more animated D and it'd be a funner fight to talk about. BT, the Mac Daddy. Nah, man. You know, it's funny. I was at the gym today, and somebody else, you know, who told me, Eric Lantis Jr. He came up to me, and he would tell me about his girl, or whatever, and then he was like, he was like, but yeah, you know, I can't be like you anymore. You know, you're a pimp over here. I know your true character. I'm like, man, I'm just listen, man. I'm just humble. I just make YouTube videos. I don't do none of that, champ. I don't do none of that. We good.
Yeah. Catching on to you, BT.
They're catching on. That's starting to figure me out.
Yeah.
They're starting to figure me out, champ.
Yeah.
If AJ goes with Ronnie, then why can't Jamal fight Andre on the zone? If AJ, but they didn't want to have that conversation. Shout out to my guy,
Ronnie Shields.
Gorilla Grip Rhino Punch.
Well, Ronnie Shields came out and said one of the interviews a while back when they asked him about that Andre doesn't have anything that Jamal needs, honestly, which I think is bullshit.
A world title and an undefeated
record?
record?
When he said that. He said, oh, no, he hasn't done anything. He's a champion. What are you talking about? So I'm making excuses for Jamal. Jamal has been the biggest bitch this year. He's got the bitch award for me.
Man, so he's leading candidate for the
bitch award for 2000.
Well, you know, on the channel. For those of you who don't know, every year I normally do the end of the year True School Sports Awards. I've been doing it since 2018.
Yeah.
And the most prestigious award we give out on the channel every year is the Ass Clown of the Year award.
Yeah.
So is he the front runner for the Ass Clown award?
And then Ronnie Shields sitting there covering up the interview. That heated me up. Oh no, this is after I think he called out Boo. I forgot how it went with Jamal and him, and then all of a sudden now Shields want to cover him up and protect him. Get the fuck out of here! I'm sorry.
Yeah. Jesus says BT. By the way, shout out to Jesus. He's always in these lives, always supporting. So
thank you, man.
big shout out goes to him. He says BT. What are your thoughts on Oscar Rivas versus Ryan Rosiski? Should it be a good fight? I haven't done any study. I really haven't studied Oscar Rivas' opponent Ryan yet. I'll probably have a better answer for you on that come Thursday night after I've already went through the tape and broken him down. I don't really know anything about him, so I'm not gonna sit here. Listen.
What are they fighting
I'm not the type. What are they fighting for?
Yeah, what the fuck are they fighting for? Don't tell me it's a heavy. What it's called? The Bridgeweight champion. Is it?
Yeah, the first ever WB. It's history. And the good thing about this, the good thing about this fight is this is like the 1920s. Like there's no other sanctioning body, so whoever wins this fight is the champion. There is no WBO. There is no IBF. Whoever wins the Bridgeweight
There is
championship.
no sanctioning body to make this weight division.
WBC created this weight class.
Okay.
They're the only sanctioning body that has Bridgeweight. So whoever wins this fight is the champion. We don't want to hear about no WBO, no IBF, no WBA.
Oh my God.
Yeah, whoever wins is the. You don't want to see history? Escribiendo la historia.
Yeah.
Canelo.
I mean, this is ridiculous, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Black Magic. Boo Boo, one of my favorites too. True School. Would Derek James be a good trainer for Anthony Joshua?
We said that.
We talked about it a little bit the last live. I think Derek James is a good trainer. Derek James is gonna keep things very simple. But this is just me. For AJ's temperament, for how he is, because the thing we keep hearing from a lot of people in boxing is that Anthony Joshua is too proper. He's too nice. So I feel like for me, I would like a trainer with a stronger personality than that of Derek James. Not saying Derek James isn't a good trainer and could have success at AJ.
We put him on the list. We did put him on the list.
He was on the list, but I just think he needs a trainer with a stronger personality.
I'll put it this way: well, I'm going to just include one trainer. Any trainer that Josh decides to go with over here, besides the motivator, Virgil Hunter.
You got a family.
I think it'd be good for him because he's gonna have to listen to a new voice, a new type of style. So he's gonna learn from that either way. So yeah, any new voice that teaches him something with the American side, it's gonna be great for him. I'll just leave it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think that I don't, because if he thinks he's gonna come here and have your proper cup of tea or have your little crack, whatever the tradition is over there, or this and that. No, you need to get a trainer in that's gonna say this is America. This ain't fucking the UK. We're gonna have to take your time to have your tea and have your cup of this and that and do this proper. No, motherfucker, you're gonna do this way. He's gonna wake the fuck up real quick. I'm telling you that right now. So I would love to see him with an aggressive trainer or any trainer here, like I said, and a new voice in his side from the American side point of view will wake his ass up.
Man. So Anthony Mazzano says, BT, in terms of elite prospects, what division in boxing do you feel suffers from lack of depth in that specific area? So you're saying in terms of prospects. I must say prospects. I mean, because I feel like every prospect you go, every division you go to, you can always find. There's always a promising fighter in every weight class I can find. But let me see.
You don't hear much with the lightweights as far as prospects.
Who? What weights? 135?
No, the 122, the 115.
No, you actually. Do you know who Dominique Francis is?
Yeah, Dominic is 122, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 122. What about 126?
How about Bridgerweight? How about that? Let's go there.
Is it weight?
Let's go. Well, hey, I'm picking Bridgerweight.
Yeah, because they just started.
But no. But if you look at the top 15, no, their top 15 isn't like the number one ranked fighter with it is Oscar Rivas. So if he's the number one ranked fighter, then that means they can't have a lot of prospects. Yeah. I think Chamberlain top 15.
Yeah, man, he should be better than that. He should be way up there.
You know, but hey, I don't care what y'all say. I'm gassed for the Bridgerweight title fight. I'm gassed. You know how you're not excited for it? You're gonna win his history. Listen, when you
it's only him, Brian Jennings. Who else is in that division now?
Brian Jennings, Rivas. You got Isaac. You got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I'm gonna look this shit up. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up.
Honestly, and it's only the WBC. Like, how far can you go with that? You can't go to any of the other sanction bodies.
That's right. That's the best part. But then you're the champion.
Right. But all he's gonna fight is with the 15 fighters in that division, and that's it. Like, how much sense does that make? Eventually, the sanction bodies are gonna support it and do the same thing.
I freaking hate it.
And make it larger, or it's what's the use of
you're a Bridgerweight.
He's gonna be a champion there. He's gonna stay there.
Right, here's the top 15 of Bridgerweight. You got Alan Babbage, number 8.
Okay.
Archer Spilka, 7. Brian Jennings, 6.
Yeah.
Evgeny Romanov, 5. Dmitry Kudryashov, number 4. Marco Huck, 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Bilal Lagoon. This is garbage.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of these guys are like domestic fighters from their own country. Like Bilal Lagoon.
Yeah.
He's a domestic Belgian fighter. I know him. I interviewed him because he's trying to.
I'm just gonna tell you right now. If the other section bodies don't make have their own sanctioning bodies with this, and more fighters come involved, what is the purpose of that? Honestly, you're only gonna fight those top 15
to protect the fighters.
Protect what?
To protect the small cruiserweights from moving up the heavyweight getting pulverized.
And I don't think there's gonna be a lot of views to watch this fight. You think so?
We're gonna see it. I'm going live for it. We're gonna see.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see everything here.
We're gonna see.
From the low cost, whatever cost. What I'm getting at is, it's not. First of all, it's not a well-known weight class that just came out, so you're not gonna get like eye-catching unless you're like an avid, like most of the people here or people that follow it. But it's gotta be more than that. Sorry to tell you.
Now Slugfest wants to know. By the way, shout out to you, Slugfest. I know you must be very excited about your boy Montana Love signing with Matchroom Boxing, but that's another discussion.
I hope Eddie Hearn uses him. I'm serious, God.
Hopefully Eddie Hearn don't ruin his career like he has the other like 10 million American fighters. But Slugfest says, besides Andre, who does Canelo lose to? And the answer to that question will be on November the 6th. Caleb Plant. That's who he loses to.
Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, other than that, I don't. It's not really about the thing with BT and I is not really the thing about whether Andre wins or loses. It's the fact that he just signs a contract to fight him. That's all we're talking about. That's all we've been saying the long. Yeah, we want Boo Boo to win, of course, but we're saying is just fight the guy. You know what I mean? Be like the old school Mexican fighters, the old school fighters that fight anybody, especially if you're the top of the notch. Do it.
But what has he done to deserve a fight with Canelo?
Who?
Andre.
Please, it's not that.
we won't go.
I hate that narrative.
We won't go there we won't go too far.
He's had that. How much longer has he had the WBC belt?
WBO. He's had. He became champion, I believe, in 2018, late 2018, early 2019.
Almost 4 years. Isn't that long enough, Canelo? That you need to do something. But whatever. Let's not get into that.
Babbage is a highlight knockout waiting to happen for a future title contender.
Is that the guy that wants to fight?
Hrgovic, yeah.
Hrgovic, he's like a wild fighter and everything.
Yeah, he says crazy shit. He proposed to his girlfriend after one of his fights. You didn't see that?
No.
Alan Babbage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's entertaining, but he's bad.
Yeah, Hrgovic's like, nah, he's not ready for me yet. And they're both in the same country.
Oh man, Slugfest talking heavy cash. He says, tell Josh Taylor to grow AJ's pair and fight Montana Love. He keeps saying that Josh Taylor, remember, he comes here every live. He's dunking Montana Love.
You made me laugh, bro. You made me laugh.
Come on, man.
He's joking.
He's joking heavy.
Yeah, I like it, though.
Now, you know what? Since you like Navarrete so much, I want to see if you're foolish enough to believe this. Navarrete would smash the monster Inoue at 126. Because he's bigger. What do you think?
Who?
Navarrete, yeah.
He is a beast, though. But I like Inoue too. Inoue's a monster. I plead the fifth on that one.
BT, who do you think that the WBC Bridgeweight is really going anywhere in boxing? Yes or no? Right now, it hasn't gone anywhere because there's been no title fight. But Friday is the first fight, so we're going to see the first title fight.
What he said. It's not going to go anywhere.
Escribiendo la historia.
How is it going to go somewhere with none of the other section adding boxes to make it compatible for him for that division to fight other fighters? So he's going to be whoever's going to be the champion is going to be the champion. What, move up to the heavyweights?
No, the cruiserweight.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
No, because Bridgeweight's actually above cruiserweight. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's the heavyweight.
Yeah. This division can allow these big ass.
The champion. Hear this out. The champion of the Bridgeweight becomes what is it? Mandatory, become champion or whatever.
Yeah.
And go to heavyweight.
Yeah.
What's that saying you tell me all the time? You're a champion and you win.
Yeah.
And you win the belt and you go to move up to the next level. Are you serious? That's like a free ride. We were talking to them about the politics of boxing, but we were talking about that earlier today with one of the boxers.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna say the boxer's name, but there's a boxer that me and Pops both know, who we talked to today, who's a prospect at 130. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. But he's a prospect at 130. He told us about a fight that he's been offered, a big fight against a named opponent on a big card coming up later this year. And he was telling me, it's like, yeah, I'm not ranked, but if I beat this guy, all of a sudden I'm ranked top 5. And I'm not even in the top 15.
He was saying the same. We actually compared it, but even allowed to the Joel Gonzalez situation, where he lost to Shakur Stevenson, and then he beat somebody. Then he just got to fight with Navarrete.
Yeah.
Politics in boxing. What else is new?
Oh man, we got Muhammad Ali here. He says the champ is here. He needs to go see Joe Joyce for his punch resistance.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, I hope that's you, Hyro.
That's Hyro, yeah.
Nah, Joe Joyce. That's the one thing. That's the reason I feel like Joe Joyce. A lot of people are saying that Wilder is the only heavyweight that could beat Tyson Fury. Nah, I think Joe Joyce will have a great chance against Tyson Fury because of his gas tank, his durability, and his punch. His punch resistance is part of the reason why he can beat almost any heavyweight in the world.
He's much younger too, right?
No, Joe Joyce is old.
Older than Fury?
Joe Joyce might be older than Fury.
No shit.
Joe Joyce like 35.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah, he's 36.
Oh man.
Joe Joyce is 36. So.
But you gotta give kudos to him for making it as far as he's making so far. I gotta give. I mean, and he doesn't back down from any fights either.
No, you don't want. Listen. And Julio's on board. He says Joe Joyce would give Fury that Norton Ali type of work.
Ooh. Good. So would you pick him over? Hypothetical, you pick him up over Fury?
I'm not picking anybody over Tyson Fury. I've said that for a long time. I don't care who it is.
No matter how much punch resistance.
I don't care who you name. I'm picking Tyson Fury against the field. Like that. That's what I'm picking. And so prove otherwise. And so far, I haven't been wrong. I ain't been wrong yet. I'm still waiting to be wrong.
I know that's true. It's been how many years?
Been tons of years. Never been wrong.
Yeah.
But people pick Wilder. They've been wrong.
Yeah.
People pick AJ. They definitely been wrong.
Who's the only standing champion now?
Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
So.
I was looking at the lineal. They had a lineal list on Instagram of all the lineal champions. He's been lineal 2015, I think it was. So now.
Well, I mean, that depends on who you ask because a lot of people say that Tyson Fury isn't the lineal heavyweight champion
because he left and came back.
Because he left and he came back, and then Joshua became the man. And
yeah, but at the end of the day, the man when he came back was actually Klitschko, so you can't argue that. He beat the man who was supposed to beat the man, regardless if we left or not. That's
why when people say, "Oh, Tyson Fury's never defended a title," I said negative. He made 7 defenses in the lineal title. Technically, because look, if Tyson Fury is, because I think he's the lineal champion, and I think until he loses or retires, he's the lineal champion.
No.
If you think he's the lineal champion, that means by way of technicality that he has defended the lineal title about 7 times.
Yeah, you can't say that. Okay, now if he didn't fight Klitschko and he fought somebody else that wasn't the lineal champion, then whatever, then he's not. Then he's nothing, of course. But he fought them. How long did Klitschko have it for? He had it for quite a while, didn't he?
Over a decade.
Okay, so Klitschko had it for over a decade. And it took Fury to come out of his fat ass and go through his own thing, whatever, to go in there and fight him and do what he had to do. So, I mean, you got to give credit. You got to give credit where credit's due. No matter how you want to slice and cut it and say he beat the man that had it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Rapstar Boxing Knowledge.
Check him out.
Make sure you guys go subscribe to Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. Great channel, great guy. He says, my boxing brother from the other side, respect everyone and respect to
Has-
Rap Star out there in the UK.
Has he heard anything about Josh moving to the U.S. or anything like that from over there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can chime in.
Hey, Rap Star, have you heard anything about that? About Joshua moving to the U.S. or coming here or just looking for a trainer? I know he's looking for a trainer, but have you heard that he's moving here to the U.S. or anything like that from the media over there?
Usam says Fury is the greatest fighter. I've said that for years. Yes, that fat, bald-headed Jippo is the GOAT. Time will tell. And I think right now with Sugar Hill, listen, we touched this already. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe it, Pops. You would never believe how many messages I got after that live. People were like, I lost. Like, this is one guy he's watched me for years. I never had one problem with him. He's like,
oh, yeah,
I have lost all respect for you. Because you said that this guy wasn't like, come on, man, it's an opinion. Yeah. Like, don't get your panties in a bunch. Exactly. Just because we disagree for the first time in years, you know. And just boxing talk.
Now you have your period.
There's more serious things to life than my boxing opinion.
And your boxing opinion. A lot of people like that don't like it, but that's why we talk boxing, because that's an opinion. We don't know until they actually fight. We don't know until the record's set straight.
Addery Pennant says, what about heavyweight legends and the greats? The WBC Bridgeweight division is a money grab. Listen. The Bridgeweight division, the pride and the glory of the Bridgeweight division. We will carry the Bridgeweight division with pride and honor and dignity. And we at the WBC,
it's just another bullshit thing that the WBC made that hasn't been here for at all. You can't compare exactly what he just said. You can't compare that to the back in the day fighters in history. Yeah.
These matches, Rivas. Isaac Chamberlain, Marco Huck, Bilal Lagoon.
That looks like a bazooka cartoon damn comic book. That's what that looks like.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm trying to have fun by that. I'm just trying to get him riled up. But all jokes aside, the Bridgeweight top 15 is an absolute disgrace to boxing.
Yeah.
Like you got Bilal Lagoon, who I know. I've interviewed Bilal Lagoon. I interviewed him 5 years ago at Fifth Street Gym. He's a domestic level Belgian fighter. So. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Yeah. Oh, snap. Listen, man. This is what I love about doing these lives, because you guys know when you come to True School Sport, you're in the home of boxing. And when you're in the home of boxing, you get these superstars. And look, we got the champ with the $4.99 champ. Savannah Marshall. Clarissa Shields went last 2 minutes with me, let alone 2 rounds. Eddie Hearn don't know when to shut up. He either needs the handcuffs or he needs Manny Pacquiao for president. Yeah, make it happen. Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. Yeah. We need to see this shit. The people need this fight. Yeah. The people are demanding this fight.
Hey, Harold likes it now, huh?
Freaking Harold. I don't know what he sees in Savannah Marshall, but he sees something special.
Yeah.
That's funny too, because Harold keeps saying, you know, I like black girls, and now he says the finest female boxer to me is Savannah Marshall because I love me a quiet woman.
Yeah,
I love me a quiet woman. But that I love to see that fight. You know, I love I think Savannah Marshall is a fantastic fighter. I think we have yet to see the best of Savannah Marshall. I think she's one of the most talented fighters in women's boxing. She's probably one of the fighters in women's boxing right now that I feel her best boxing is in front of her, and I feel like in a couple of years, if she gets the right fights, she has the goods to become, you know, the pound for pound best fighter in women's boxing. I think that highly of her.
But my friend John David Jackson, who trains Clarissa Shields, says that Clarissa Shields already.
It's a good point. Now, when I interviewed John David Jackson, who trains Clarissa Shields, John David Jackson said that when Clarissa Shields got in Savannah Marshall's face at some sort of event in the UK, that, you know, Savannah Marshall didn't want no smoke, and she didn't keep that same energy in person. So keep that same energy, Savannah. Keep that same energy.
Yeah, so that's what he's saying. Like,
don't duck Clarissa Shields.
The goat scared her away. He's scared.
Oh man. Freaking. Thank you. By the way, thank you, Savannah Marshall, for the super chat. You know, Redcliffe says, thoughts on Ellie's extreme nut hugging, talking about Mikey Garcia and Robin against tomorrow. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. When it comes to this boxing stuff and other channels, I mean, I'm cool with other channels. Like, you guys see Rap Star here. I've talked to Rap Star a couple times on the phone. Great individual, great person. You know, I talk to people here and there in boxing, but I really just, I say to myself and I just focus on what I got to do. But every now and then I catch wind of things, and like people will send me clips, and you know, one of my friends sent me the clips Ellie Setback interviewing Robert Garcia, and I feel very inclined to just start calling him out on Instagram and all this stuff because he's talking about he's running. You said Sandia Barton is running.
Listen, man, I watched a lot of some of his interviews too, and not even the interviews, comments within the interview that he gave in the interview say that's what people are saying. He's a shitty bias. What do you call it? Reporter for boxing. And what I don't like about him, he follows every narrative the way he's at. He kisses ass and he kisses everybody, and that's not right.
Yeah.
Like if a boxer says, "Oh, this guy's shitty," or "This guy fought this way," yeah, he fought that way.
Yeah.
Exactly, he fought that way.
Or he said, he's like, I'm here with boxing superstar. Every guy's not even a superstar. I'm here with, and then he says, his like when you ask Ellie about a fight, he'll never tell you who he thinks he's gonna win. You know what he's gonna say? Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, he's very talented, very talented.
Yeah. He will never. I mean, the thing is, as a reporter, you gotta call things out when you see it. You can't sit there.
You know what's crazy?
Just kiss people's ass just to get views. But whatever. That's the side of the point.
Remember yesterday, Pops? I almost got into a fight yesterday because I called. Hey, yesterday was crazy, guys. I gotta tell y'all. I gotta tell y'all a story. I gotta tell you a story. So I'm not gonna say the fighter's name, but there's a fighter who's
well, he's very ranked.
He's ranked. He's a ranked welterweight fighter, but he's not a big name. And he had a fight earlier this year that I thought he lost, and he saw me in the gym, and he got mad at me and he threatened me and stuff. And Pops had to stop me yesterday. That shit was crazy.
What happened was Brandon calls it the way he sees it. He's gonna make a video. From the way he sees it, from your last fight, the way it is, and that's it. Cut and dry. Business and friendship and respect to all two different things. And what happened was, I wasn't there. I was sitting in the car and I was getting my medication. And he went into the gym before I did. And I guess the guy was so angry at Brandon because Brandon didn't support him because he lost. He called it out the way he's seen it. It doesn't mean that Brandon didn't like the fighter. He just called it the way he's seen it. The guy was all over Brandon. One thing about my son, when I see his eyes and he doesn't talk much, he's about to fucking swing. So I had to literally, I had to tell him, yo, calm down, bro. I had a helmet check his out. He said, calm down, bro. Chill out, man. Don't what you're telling me. Because the fighters, sometimes, they want you to believe their narrative. And at the end of the day, you didn't do your fucking job in the ring.
Because look, if you would have knocked that guy out, I wouldn't have said what I said. If the fight would have been, he left it too close. I thought it was a close fight. Could have went either way, but I'm not gonna say his name. All I can tell you guys is there's an interview coming out with him soon. And you'll get the answer later on.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna give it to you now.
So at the end of the day, it's like this. You don't have to be a reporter and kiss people's ass. I.e. the Garcia's over there in California, whoever else he follows over there. Constantly see his channel and I see it. He's always kissing people's ass to get views. And a lot of channels do that. They want to kiss ass to get views on the biased opinions of certain narratives. Yeah. And that's how it should be.
Julio Campo says he wants me to give him a Ellie Setback versus Teofimo Lopez Senior routine. You might need a super chat for that one, Sam. I'm giving you guys all these impressions for free. Y'all might gotta start super chatting me for these impressions.
I'm telling you, he's gotta make whatever it's called, coloration or whatever thing. Each time we make invitations to everybody. Yeah. And him and Eddie Hearn should go like Eddie Hearn's gonna imitate it too.
Eddie Hearn's a great imitator.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn, his Chris Eubank Jr. imitation is the best. You get the best Chris Eubank Jr. Senior.
Today I like when that's the Bob father. Yeah, we're rolling today with the Bob.
The Bob father?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You interviewed Puerto Rican fighters.
I didn't put
Puerto Rican fighters and Puerto Rican and Mexican fighters.
Yeah. He was like, well, but Bob's like, the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing is looking for the next Puerto Rican boxing superstar. And let me tell you something. Felix Verdejo, in my opinion, he is the next Puerto Rican boxing superstar. And if we can get Verdejo in the ring with another Mexican fighter, that's a great fight. Because when you get a great Puerto Rican fighter and you put him in the ring with a great Mexican fighter, you get a great fight. Yeah, and the great Puerto Rican, Latin American fans buying pay-per-view.
Yeah, because he was asking what happened was we just came to do an interview with one of the Puerto Rican local fighters out here, and he just kind of going on that rant for like 20 minutes. He had me rolling.
Yeah. Hey, Eric Ross is quoting my bro. He when he told my commenter, shut the fuck up, you prick.
Yeah.
Everybody tell him, shut the fuck up, you prick.
Yeah. I love when he kicked that box out that time.
What's good? What's good, Lance Meyer? Good to see you, champ. What's up, BT? What's up, Pops?
Man, God bless.
And Hyro said, she's my Savannah Marsh's my crush for now. I fell in love with her boxing. She ain't bad looking. She got a heart, and that's all I care about. I love me some brown sugar, but I love women from the UK. All of a sudden.
He's traveling all over the world, Brian.
And Hyro was out here Euro stepping.
He all over.
He Euro stepping like he James Harden. First it was the brown sugar, now I like the British woman. So,
he all over.
hey, we all have our preferences, but I don't discriminate. But yeah. Julio Campos making a joke. He said we need Felix Verdejo versus Edwin Valero for the WBC homicide belt.
Oh shit.
The homicide. Yeah, we at the WBC. Yeah. So hey, I know we kind of got off topic. We pretty much talked about Ronnie Shields and AJ. Like, it'd be a good fit. It'd be a solid fit. We don't think it's the best fit out there personally, but Ronnie Shields does have a good resume. He has good experience and a good resume training heavyweights. So make it happen. You know, this is the same Ronnie Shields who trained this. You know, Ronnie Shields trained a 6'11" heavyweight Chinese.
Yeah.
Taishan Dong.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Taishan Dong. I think it's like 5-0 with 4 knockouts. Do any of y'all remember Taishan Dong or whatever his name was? The 6'11" Chinese heavyweight. Not the guy that's boxing now, but the one that fought for Golden Boy. He had like 5 fights and then he just disappeared. Ronnie Shields trained him for a little bit.
What do you think about that? Uga's on?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, man. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad you brought that up. Now, listen. We're like an hour and 26 minutes in. So for like these next 30 to 45 minutes, y'all got any questions? It could be boxing related. It could be non-boxing related. So you ask it, we gonna answer.
Yeah, they're forcing Ugas to fight in the tournament when you want.
So the Ugas WBA situation with the tournament is the biggest crock of shit I've seen in boxing in a long time. It's really bad. I mean, this is a guy in Ugas. He beat Jamal James, who was in the tournament, and he beat Manny Pacquiao, who they said was the champion. So, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of what Cholatito's going through right now.
Jeez.
Because now, like at 115, they have all these guys. They have Cuadras, who Cholatito beat, Estrada, who Cholatito really beat twice, but he beat him once on paper, and Rungvisai, who many people thought Cholatito beat the first fight. They're all in the tournament, and he may have to fight, these guys again. And it's the same thing with Ugas. Ugas beat all these guys. He beat the guy that's in the tournament. Jamal James has like the biggest name besides him. He beat the guy that they were calling the other champion when he was a champion.
Yeah. He
earned the right to be champion. And I think this is the ultimate disrespect to Ugas, the ultimate slap in the face to Ugas. And look, man, now that I'm talking about it, Gilberto Mendoza follow me on Instagram. I'm about to hit up Gilberto Mendoza myself, and I'm gonna tell him, listen, man, stop being greedy, all right, and let Ugas be champion. He just beat Manny Pacquiao. He schooled Manny Pacquiao. He don't got nothing to prove. He's the WBA champion.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think he's ready for the verdict. I think it comes out tomorrow somehow. He was saying, I think it's very unfair to do something like that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Freaking Redcliffe, what's good, champ? He says, Bob is nearly 90, and he shows up early for the undercard, and he remembers all the fighters' names, too. It's super impressive. Respect to the Bob Father. Yes, the Bob Father.
Yeah, he is. I'm not lying.
The man is crackling bright, and you can't take that away from him. And my man Eric is a real boxing fan, because to know who Taishan Dong is, you gotta be a real boxing fan. BT fantasy matchup: Ray Mercer versus David Tua. Who you got? And that one, that's a good fight. Tough. I would go probably a little bit more towards Mercer, just because I think Mercer's a more overall fighter, and Mercer could. I feel he could match and still hurt David Tua from the outside. Tua guy is more of the kind of fighter that has to get on top of you and really barrel down on you and break you down. So I would lean towards Mercer. But listen, Mercer has been outboxed before. He's lost. I remember when Mercer fought later in his career when he fought Jesse Ferguson. I mean, I was like a baby, so I didn't watch it live. But I've gone back and did my history and stuff.
Who's this guy, man?
Oh shit! That's the guy from the
That we seen the other day.
the gym. That's
He got a KO win.
Yo, so that's his name.
Yeah.
I say that to me.
Okay.
Send that article to me.
Okay.
I need that for the video.
Wow.
Yeah, there's this prospect that John David Jackson.
Sorry, man. I just called him.
There's this prospect that John David Jackson's been training. And he's this Europe. I don't know where he's from. Russia?
Yeah, Russia.
It's a Russian fighter, short, stocky guy. And me and Pops always see him at Warriors Gym. and punching the fuck out the heavy bag, punching the heavy bag, and we never knew his name. And John David Jackson don't even know his name. What's his name? Ali Ismailia. Let me see. Let me read this article. And I got a video of them training and stuff, and I wanted to put it up, but I never got the guy's name. So now I got his name.
You got a knockout.
6-0, 4 knockouts. What is he? What's his weight class? Light heavyweight.
Yeah. Wow, he can hit it. Wow.
Oh, he's ranked.
Is he?
He's ranked. He's number 11.
Oh shit.
Okay, so hey, expect that video soon. The Ali Ismailia Malal. I don't say his name. Training footage. John David Jackson. Send me that article. Send it to me right now so I don't forget his name.
I will.
But yeah, man, that just made my day right there. Cause I know he wasn't gonna get back to me because he's busy. Yeah. So I'm glad you found that. But yeah, man, it's the untouchable True School Sports Empire. Your boy BT. Julio says, bro, the impressions would be a great addition to the channel. You have a great sense of humor, and I think that's one thing I want to really start to do. Is definitely, obviously I love talking boxing, and I love sharing my knowledge that I do have for boxing with people. But people want to be entertained, man. They want to be entertained. And, y'all see who my dad is, so he got a big personality. He got a big personality, so I got a big personality too, and I want to start showing a little bit more of it in my videos. So definitely gonna try to work that into a lot more of my videos. Yeah, man. Let me know where you guys are watching the live from. Let me know what city, what state, what continent. As always, look, y'all see the stars that come out. Y'all see we had Savannah Marshall here. The great Savannah Marshall, one of the best female fighters in the sport, in the entire sport of boxing, and there's a lot of things to be excited about. I'm personally, guys, I'll tell you this: for the rest of this month, I know we got Herring Shakur this week, but to me, the biggest thing remaining this month in boxing isn't this week. No, I know Hyro is here, but Hyro, with all due respect, fuck this Bridgeway title fight. To hell with Stevenson Herring. This is what really matters. Hold on. What really matters is October the 30th when we get to see one of the most talented and one of the most entertaining fighters in boxing, Jaron Ennis.
Yeah, but hold on. Harold got a good one coming up. You were telling me you got some Japanese fighters or something. You were telling me earlier he's going to be happy.
No, I was just saying that. I was just saying that he got the Bridgeway fight and he's got Nico Ali Walsh.
Yeah.
Nico Ali Walsh. Xander. I know on that top rank card we got Nico Ali Walsh. We got Xander Zayas back on the card. So there's a lot of prospects, a lot of guys to look out for on that top rank card. In fact, I'm gonna look up that top rank card. I wanna. Oh, did you see the undercard for Canelo versus Plant?
No.
It's one of the worst undercards of the year.
Oh my god.
Has anybody out there seen the Canelo Plant undercard?
It's that bad?
It's really bad. Like, that's gonna be one of these lives where I'm just like chomping at the bit to get to the main event.
Oh my god.
Like, it's gonna be bad. Thank God. Listen. Thank God that for that live, in case you guys don't know, for that live, we're gonna have the former WBO super bantamweight champion and future featherweight champion and future two division champion. We're gonna have Angelo Leo on that live. I already talked to Angelo. Angelo said he's down for it, so Angelo Leo will be on the live for that one.
We're gonna train with
Ryan Martin. He's all right.
Oh, he's okay.
He got knocked out by Josh Taylor. Okay. I think he lost Robert Easter. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to that undercard for you guys because
I thought you sang about it.
I'm gonna tell you. You tell me. You just tell me. You tell me what you think about Caleb Plant, and you tell me what you think about
PBC, right?
PBC.
Tell Arrow.
Well, listen. You gotta pay Plant all this money, and you gotta pay Canelo all this money. So what do you expect? But here's the fight.
Spencer, your boy fighting.
Now the good thing about it is it's only 3 fights.
Okay.
But you got Elvis Rodriguez. And his first fight PBC in Hyro. I like
Elvis though. I like him. This is after he lost the top round, right?
He's fighting a 14-0 fighter with 9 knockouts from Mexico named Juan Pablo Romero. So he fighting Pablo from being elementary.
Yeah. But I like Elvis though. I was not. That's why he plays the guitar when he gets knocked out.
Yeah.
I like him. Who was the other one?
This guy he's fighting though doesn't seem too bad because he beat Daniel Barrio. Barrio was the guy that fought Rio Valenzuela.
Okay.
Remember him?
Yeah.
So that's not. This guy don't seem too bad on paper. Elvis. So Elvis Rodriguez returns to the ring, making his PBC debut. UK. This fight right here is the one that I really think is the bad one right here. You got Ray Vargas taking on Leonardo Baez. Now I'm gonna tell y'all guys, if y'all want to take a break, get snacks, make a phone call, this will be the fight to do it. When Ray Vargas fights him.
He's 34-0.
He's 34-0, but he's not like the most exciting fighter. And then you got Anthony Durrell taking on Marcos Hernandez.
Who's Marcos Hernandez? Anthony Durrell's one of the Durrell brothers, right? Okay.
Marcos Hernandez is a guy that got that he's lost to Kevin Newman. He got knocked out against Jason Rosario 2 years ago. He lost to Alontes Fox.
It's a win for Durrell.
He's got but he's also the same guy that had a draw with Jason Rosario. Jeez. So Marcos Hernandez isn't the worst fighter in the world. I don't think these are the worst matchups I've ever seen in the world from PBC. But for a card of this magnitude, oh my God, because like the main event is amazing. The main playing Canelo is a really good style matchup. I think it's a good fight.
You stayed and watched 3 fights like that.
I'm watching the whole card.
Yeah.
We going live for the whole card.
Yeah.
You know, listen, for that whole live, it's gonna be me and my boy Angelo Leo. So if y'all got any questions for the champ, you know, let him know when he gets here. You know, cause trust me, you know it's interesting, right? Because I don't know if Angelo's gonna stay at 122 or go to 26, but you know. Ray Vargas is a guy that's been linked to Angelo, so it'll be interesting to be sitting next to Angelo while Ray Vargas is fighting and picking his brain about Ray Vargas.
Well, that's true.
So, because that could be an interesting
fight.
Yeah, that could be a fight if he decides to stay at 122.
I thought Durrell's retired from boxing, man.
Andre Durrell, not Anthony.
That's the old one, right?
Andre, yeah. Andre's the one that fought Carl Froch and lost.
I knew was supposed to be the one supposed to go to. He went somewhere to get somebody lessons on how to fight southpaw. We were watching, and he didn't.
You were there. It was Stacey Singers.
Yeah.
BT, I found my favorite heavyweight prospect. Do you want to know who it is? Feel free to let me know. Feel free to let me know. And for those 25 of you that are here, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button.
It's probably from over there from Ohio, Big Baby Anderson.
BT, they should make a heavyweight Grand Prix contender tournament. It makes sense for boxing. Listen, there's a lot of things they should do for boxing, but there's just too many hands in the cookie jar for those things to make sense.
Yeah.
You know, look at Probellum right now. Probellum, they've got a lot of things going on in boxing internationally. They got a lot of good boxing people working within the company. And I'm actually excited about Probellum. I'm hoping they can do well, because what really gives me a sense of hope with Probellum is that there's a lot of good boxing people involved, from Richard Schaefer to Keith Conley to Ryan Rickey to people on the TV side. I think Probellum has a chance, but if you look at the promotional companies that they're partnering with, it's nobody in America and it's nobody really in the UK.
Right.
So, but they did have a fighter. I don't remember his name. I think his name is Mark Dixon or something like that. He fought on a Boxer, BOXXER, the new company. I guess they allowed him to fight on that show. So they're still working with companies in the UK, but you know, I think Probellum still has a good climb. Yeah,
but they'll be fine, because I think what they're trying to do, which I totally agree with, is getting all the, which I don't think it's gonna happen, but I wish it would. If you can incorporate, like for example, here in the local fights, because we know a lot of promotional promoters out here, that if they would incorporate each other and do a big fighting card with, you know, incorporate all the other promotion companies, I think they make more money off of that, and the fans would get better fights to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Julio asks, would you ever consider doing media work for companies like Probellum? Listen, for me, I really enjoy what I do here on True School Sports, because I have the freedom to be my 1,000% self. Yeah. But I'll tell you this: if they come correct, you know, and they give me the opportunity, I would take it.
Yeah.
You know, but he said I gotta apply for it. It's not really something that I'm like anxious to do. I'm perfectly content what I'm doing here. I still think there's like a lot of work I gotta do here before I even go that route. But
if it's there,
it's there. You know, if it's there. You know, I did get a chance to do a little bit of work earlier this year. Glenn Johnson, I don't know if you guys remember Glenn Johnson, but Glenn Johnson, the former light heavyweight champion, he started a promotional company. They've done like 3 or 4 cards. The first card he ever did, I did commentary. I commentated the whole card, and it was a good opportunity. It was definitely a learning experience. I learned how to handle that, and I learned how I would like things to be and how I wouldn't like things to be by doing that. So yeah, I would if there's good people involved and it's a good opportunity, I would never turn it down, because at the end of the day, it's just another chance to help the sport of boxing grow, be a good voice in the sport of boxing. But I'm not.
It can't be like a clown ass.
It can't be like
promotion,
for me. I like doing things at the highest level, and I like things to be of quality. So I felt the people that want me to be part of, they have to be people of quality, and they have to have presentation that's quality.
Prime example, look at Lampley. He was supposed to do something for Triller. He walked out on Triller. We were telling one of the other trainers last week from another gym, and he was basically telling us, yeah, look what he did. He thought the Triller was a clown show, was doing crazy stuff, live and stuff. He said, it's not very unprofessional, so I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to put my representation or something like that. That's the way BT is.
That's how I'm at. So yeah, I wouldn't turn it down, but it would really, like, I'm cool with what I'm doing here. Devin, hey, the stars are out. All the stars are out. Devin Pillow Hands Haney's here. He says, watch the LDBC hate on Virgil Ortiz soon. It's possible. You know, listen, you can never rule out if they can make a quick buck for those guys, and it could get them some nice super chats. They don't care if it's true or not. Like, they don't give a fuck if it's true or not. Like, they don't care about boxing to that extent to where they care if it's true or not. And listen, I got no problem. Yeah. I got no problem telling any of them that. It's the facts. Pete wants to know, Pops, what should I ask my wife to make me for supper tomorrow?
Whatever you feel like having. You might just want to have a dessert and eat the supper later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did you get that? Yeah. You might have your dessert. You might want to get your dessert. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you get dinner later.
Eric says, that clown of YouTube channels are dead. They went down a while ago. Well, yeah, I don't pay attention to them like that. But they look like buffoons. Yeah. Ortiz will take the hard road. Boots will take the easy route. Watch the LDBC hate on Virgil Ortiz. To be fair, you know, like, even if he wanted to just use their career already, like, Jerron Ennis got like as many fights as Spence and Crawford. He ain't that far behind him as far as the amount of fights he's had, but he hasn't fought. He has fought the opposition, and now he's fighting Delorme. So,
no, his dad was saying, his dad came out saying on Instagram and IG that he was saying that he's having problems finding boxers to what's he call it, spar him. He's having problems finding spar.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's crazy. He must put a beating on them.
That's what I've heard.
I'm serious, because even when we went to the local fight today, we went to a fighter today. He's the same way. The guy goes in the ring, beats the shit out of the first time sparring, and they don't want to spar with him no more. So I can relate to what Jones' father's saying. Yeah, and it's the same. Nobody wants.
Apparently,
I gotta see him live. Have you seen him close?
I never seen him live, but October the 30th,
you will be seeing.
I'm gonna be seeing him live. You know, I'm going to that fight. Listen. I don't care what the tickets aren't that expensive.
Yeah.
Come hell or high water, we going to Jerron Ennis versus Thomas Delorme. Yeah. You don't gotta worry about that one.
Yeah.
You don't gotta worry about that one at all.
Yeah.
Bro, that's such a great observation. The LDBC guys are super chat demons. They just created a pro Wilder feedback loop for money. Yeah, well, look, man. A lot of people will do anything for a quick buck because they have no integrity. But at the same time, it's like that's why the channels that are real, I'm obviously I'm gonna say myself, but like you gotta support those channels as well. You know, for all the evil that's in the YTBC, there's gotta be some good to combat it as well.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if that's the narrative, just like feed people's brains up just to go ahead and get the super chats and not worry about what they're really saying, then the people that are actually following those channels are more blind than they are.
And he says, hey, I love you guys, but I think AJ will take really well from new training, no doubt. Do you remember how it used to be? I love you guys. Pops, who is your favorite fighter ever?
I'm a big, I'm from Brockton. Marvin Hagler. I grew up with Marvin Hagler. Big on him. Very big on him. I also like Rocky Marciano, but I'd have to go with Marvin.
Didn't you say Cal Smith was your favorite fighter?
What? Not even close. Yeah, that and like Puerto Rico, I like Trinidad. I like all the Puerto Rican fighters, but my biggest, it have to be because I grew up in Massachusetts and I've seen a lot of his fights. Marvin Hagler.
Okay. Shout out to my guy. Oh my God. All the stars are here. All of them. Ben Shalom. Do you know who Ben Shalom is?
Oh, no.
Ben Shalom is the new promoter for he's the guy that started the new promotional company Boxer, BOXXER in the UK.
Hey, how they doing?
He's my age.
How they doing?
He signed Chris Eubank. He got Savannah Marshall. He said I'm 26. He said I'm the new 26 age Eddie Hearn. Boxer is the best promotional company on planet Earth. That's right. Boxer.
Thank you.
Shout out to my guy Ben Shalom. Ben Shalom, the Don Dada of British boxing. Eddie Hearn, he coming for you. Matchroom boxing, he coming to put you in the ground. Yeah. But Ben Shalom, boxer, Savannah Marshall, Chris Eubank.
Crazy.
Ask about him. Let me see it. BT, Frank Sanchez versus Oscar Rivas. Would that be an interesting fight? That'd be a good fight. They're both similar in size. Sanchez can punch, or Rivas can punch. Sanchez can do a little bit of both. So why not make if he loses this fight? By the way, again, he did the first ever Bridgeweight title fight Friday. Big stuff in boxing. That first ever WBC Bridgeweight title fight.
Was it going to be
Feature it.
Top rank, or who's running that? It's not. It's a regular TV.
Yvonne Michelle Promotions, Canada, Montreal, stand up.
Okay.
Montreal, yeah. Now, Kings of the Commonwealth said, have you seen the new Batman trailer? I haven't, man. I can't really say that I'm much of a movie guy, but I'm sure I'll come across it at some point. Have you seen the Batman trailer?
Batman, I fall asleep watching movies. Never mind watching me. Yeah. I'm sure your friends will tell you about it.
The biggest boss says Ben Shalom is Eddie Hearn's son. Nah, man, Ben Shalom coming. He coming for all the smoke, for all the marbles. He playing.
He ain't playing.
Listen, Ben Shalom he not playing just to play. He's playing for keeps. Yeah, boxer's here to make the biggest and best fights. My favorite heavyweight prospect is Steven Ivan Drago 2.0. He signed a boxer. I never heard of him.
Is he serious? Isn't that a movie? The movie guy from Rocky?
I think I heard of him. There's a guy named Steven. He called. There's a boxer that called himself Ivan Drago 2.0.
Okay.
You know, Hyro. When I call you, Hyro, later on, we got to go through the whole entire boxer stable. I need to know the whole boxer stable. Do you even know the boxer stable? By the way, this is a bit off topic, but I want to say shout out to the reigning NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks. Kevin Durant gets exposed again by the best player on planet Earth, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Milwaukee Bucks beat the Nets by like 23 points. Beat the shit out of them. And tomorrow, listen.
When is he the stars?
Today. The first games are today. Opening night was tonight.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And tomorrow, the greatest show in basketball returns to the hardwood. The Charlotte Hornets. Yeah. LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Terry Rozier, PJ Washington. We coming. Kai Jones. The most exciting team in basketball. Not the best team in basketball, but the most exciting team in basketball. The Charlotte Hornets, baby.
First game tomorrow?
Kings of the Commonwealth wants to know who's my favorite team. Hold on, man. How you gonna ask me this question?
Oh, no.
How you gonna ask me this question? Where's the jersey at?
I don't know, but you done got him
Hold
fired
on.
on this
Y'all
stuff.
got me fired up.
Oh no.
I can't find the jersey
Finally
right
watch
now.
the game. Yeah.
Listen, this is my team right here. The Hornets, baby. The Hornets. I'm a long-suffering Charlotte Hornets fan. The teal and purple. That's what we rep it over here on True School Sports. The Hornets. So I'm looking forward to seeing my boy LaMelo Ball take that next step.
And I hope his brother stays with the Charlotte D team and makes it back up, because I think his brother has a lot of potential.
Yeah. Now Lanzo can shoot a little bit, big body, could be a good bench player.
Yeah.
The biggest boss says the boxer stable is growing. They need more known fighters. I mean, look, I know they got Savannah Marshall, and I know they got Chris Eubank. So you know what? Let's take some time. I want to see who they got.
Who they signed?
Yeah, I want to know who they got on their stable.
I think
boxer.
Breland's leading the way and all that right now.
Let me see, boxer. The next generation promoter.
They just signed Breland just signed Casemiro too. So.
Man, they said, how do you like Charlotte? How are you a Hornets fan, man? Everybody likes to ask this question.
Man, Charlotte's nice.
I'm a Hornets fan because so for those of you who don't know, my dad, when I was born, my dad was in the Army, on the Army base in North Carolina. So I remember my earliest memories of basketball was when I was like 4 years old. My dad gave me this Charlotte Hornets, the basketball shirt with the old logo, the little Hornet with the basketball, like that. I saw that. And I had the shirt, so I thought the logo was cool. Eddie Jones, when I was a kid, was one of my favorite players in basketball, along with Allen Iverson. So, I gravitated towards the Hornets, the Baron Davis, all that. And I just followed them. And listen, I was even a fan, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but I was even a fan when they were I was one of the very few fans when they were the Bobcats. When they were the Bobcats, when the team moved from Charlotte, and then Charlotte got the team back, and they became the Bobcats,
Exactly. Wow.
I supported him through the whole entire Gerald Wallace days. I mean, I got the pictures to prove it too.
Yeah, we went to a lot of games too.
He says, "Damn man, I feel bad for you, but then again, I'm a Wizards fan. Yeah, you got it worse than me. You got it worse than me. He likes the Wizards. At least God bless me. We got LaMelo Ball.
The Wizards have talent. I don't know what happened to that team, man. I don't know. Where did Beal go? Did anybody pick him up yet?
I don't know. Oh, it's not. Now I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this man. I don't know if I'm being trolled right now. I don't know if this is the real person, but Southpaw 773. He says Ryan Garcia is the bitch of the year. Now I don't know if that's actually Southpaw 773.
Just take a comment. Don't worry about
it. But if it is, shout out to you.
Yeah.
You know,
we ain't gonna fall for that crap.
I had a signed Okafor Bobcat jersey. I got on my wall. I don't know. On my wall. So on my wall.
Baseball and basketball.
I have like this. I have these picture frame. I have this picture frame of all these like sports cards signed. I have like an Okafor signed basketball card.
Yeah, I should show you to meet him. I know you went.
I met Okafor.
Yeah.
I met everybody.
Yeah.
You know. BT and Pops. What is your favorite foods and do you eat pork? You can answer that.
Yeah, I cut back on a lot of pork. I don't eat pork as much as I used to. I eat here and there. But I eat like rice and beans. So I like a lot of rice and beans and Spanish food. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And Italian food. I should have been Italian.
I mean, I like pizza. I like pizza. I'm pretty simple. I like pizza and white rice, black beans, that kind of stuff.
And you like we gonna go Shanky's? Like rice?
No comment.
No comment.
Best of the best wants to know who you got winning this weekend, Shakur or Jamel Herring. He's got Herring. I have Shakur.
Yeah.
I have Shakur. Yeah.
Is that a good fighting card there, though, Brendan, besides them?
What?
With the Herring and
You got a couple prospects. You got Nico Ali Walsh and you got Xander Zayas on the card.
Oleksandr.
Puerto Ricans say they cut back on pork, but we all know that's cap. I'll be honest. I know you're gonna say it's cap. You can ask him as my witness. How often do I eat red meat or pork? I really don't. I've cut back on it a lot.
Like a lot. Like even now, I try to because you need red meat for iron. You really got pills and all kinds of shit. So I try to get him to at least eat meat once a week for his iron. But to get him to eat meat now.
No, I still eat meat. It's just not like I don't like red meat because
all the time.
when I eat red meat, I just notice that I get more tired. I get tired easier when I eat red meat.
Yeah.
So it's nothing again. I'm not no damn vegetarian or like that.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying for me, I worry about it just so I have to make sure to get your iron. Because Brendan will go do lives, go like literally like 12 hours or 18 hours and just sit here and not eat. You know, he just goes straight to.
BT is the first Muslim Puerto Rican. Negative. You must not. You must not know who Aki TV is.
That's the man right there. He cool. We respect him though, man. Come on now.
Aki TV. He Puerto Rican, but I don't know if he's Puerto Rican, but he look Puerto Rican and he Muslim, so
good, man.
We're gonna go with that.
Respect everybody for who they are. He's just joking with you.
I know.
He's in the pork and meat. That's why he says that.
Pizza will give you heart problems later in life. Well, I don't eat it every day. I don't eat pizza every day. In fact, if anything, I drink water religiously. I'm the biggest.
Yeah, water. I mean, we cut back a lot. We used to eat. We got junk food here that back in the day we used to eat all the time. We don't even eat that no more.
I just sit.
It just sits in the shelves and whatever. My wife buys him all kinds of stuff. But he does eat yogurts. He eats healthy. Fruit drinks. He likes a lot of the fruit, natural drinks, and stuff like that. So he's actually a healthy freak, to be honest with you.
No, I wouldn't say a freak. I'm mindful. I'm mindful of what I put in my body.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Listen. I know we got a bit off topic, but right now we're just chilling. Right, we're just chilling now because we already talked about AJ versus Ronnie Shields. We think it's listen, right now it's just we're just freestyling live now. So if you got any Oh,
do you see that Canelo? I mean that Clint in what's her name? Michelle Phelps. I
watched it. Yeah.
You see when he corrected Michelle Phelps about the cheating with Canelo?
She's like, yeah, he allegedly.
He said, excuse me? I'm serious. You know what to say? She was tap dancing. He corrected right on the spot. No, these are facts. Get it right. He corrected herself.
BT, when you come to Charlotte, hit up Why Not Pizza, the best pizza in town. I'll check it out, man. It's been a long time since I've been to Charlotte. I'm trying to go for my birthday this year. I want to go in February.
I might move to North Carolina too.
Catch a Hornets game. I want to catch a Hornets game.
I might move to North Carolina, so I'm going to buy Panthers tickets and hockey tickets.
No, hockey. Get the Hornets tickets.
Well, I'm buying Hornets tickets we're gonna go to Panther games. That's probably my next move to Charlotte.
You're not going to Charlotte.
Charlotte, man.
He keeps talking about he's gonna go to Charlotte.
I'm telling myself I might be going to Charlotte, the home of the Hornets, the home of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, if y'all got any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns,
anything
boxing wise,
anything.
life wise, you got any questions you want to ask me, Pops?
He opens it up.
We here. We here. This is the right now. This is the anything goes part of the live.
Yeah, right here. We don't want to talk baseball. My Boston Red Sox still in it.
No.
The Marlins still in it.
We're not talking about that right now.
Okay.
Fuck baseball. If he's the next generation promoter, then he should have never have signed Chris Eubank Jr. He was better off signing Huey Fury. He's talking about Ben Shalom from
Is this guy real? I gotta look into this boxer thing. I haven't heard nothing about
Boxer. BOXX.
Do they have their own YouTube? I mean, their own YouTube channel.
I'm on the website right now. I'm on the website. I'm trying to get more familiar with the whole stable and whatnot.
Who they signed?
Hold on. We got my man. First of all, we gotta acknowledge Savannah Marshall with the $1.99 super chat. She says, "I love me some big. I love me someone with big trucks. I was with Floyd." Yeah, you were with Floyd, and then Floyd couldn't get you no fights. And then you said, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. I can't be with Floyd. Floyd didn't get me no fights. Floyd didn't make it happen. So I had to go with someone who can make it happen. That's why Savannah Marshall went with the guy that can make it happen. Ben Shalom, boxer. Yeah, stand up. But now look, we're on the boxer website right now. I'm trying to get more familiar with just who they have.
Who they signed
in their stable. Let me see. News, home, about. Let's go to the about. Let's get familiar with what's going on with boxer. Now look, I'm gonna read you guys the boxer mission statement. It says, "What is boxer? Boxer is the fastest growing promotional company in the United Kingdom. We believe in the power of boxing and the next generation. We are founded by the youngest licensed boxing promoter in the UK, Ben Shalom. Our focus is to bring inclusivity, innovation, and entertainment to one of the oldest sports in the world. We partner with some of the world's leading media companies and brands to make this vision a reality."
Yeah.
So that's kind of vague. That ain't really too
Tell who they signed.
I need to know who the fuck is signing though. That's what I need to know. News. Let's go to the news.
You already know what Breland has done.
Hyro says, I want to eat the world's most expensive diamond, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Julio Campbell says, I've seen Jordan and Allen Iverson around town. The shit is kind of crazy. Yeah, Charlotte's grown a lot in the last couple years. Me and Pops went to I actually got a chance to see LeBron James play when he was in the Cavs in 2008. When the Cavs came to Charlotte to play the Bobcats. Back when the Bobcats had like Gerald Wallace and Okafor. So when we went in 2008, it was like just starting to kind of build up. I want to get into 2013 for like Charlotte Bobcats Media Day when I interviewed Kemba Walker and all that stuff, and it was like a whole different town in that 5-year change. And I haven't gone to Charlotte since 2013, so I can't imagine what it's like now. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going on the box website trying to figure out who the hell they got signed on the stable. Let me see. You got Instagram? Let's go to the boxer Instagram.
They ain't showing you jack. They haven't done jack compared to Breland.
I'm gonna tell you what they got. They got everybody. They got Madonna. They got Huey Fury. I think they got Florian Marku. What they got? Is that what they got too? Yeah, they got Florian Marku, Huey Fury, Chris Eubank Jr., Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. I'm on the Instagram now. Georgia O'Connor. Some guy named Brad Ray. Don't know him. Who else they got? Who else does boxer got in the stable? Who they got? April Hunter. I know her. She's whatever. Who else they got? Chris Eubank, of course. Just seems like, honestly, boxer just feels like I'll be honest with you, Hyro. Boxer just seems like a sexier, more modern version of Queensberry Promotions.
That's it.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like, Hyro. It don't feel like anything different than what I'm accustomed to seeing. Ebony Jones, Richard Riakpo. You know, they got a couple guys that were signed to Matthew, a couple people that were signed to Queensberry. It just sounds like a sexier version of Queensberry Promotions. You know, a more modern Frank Warren Queensberry Promotions.
Jesus.
Yeah, David Avenetian. Yeah, they got some work to do. Boxer got some work to do.
So comparing the two between them and Breland, who signed more?
I like what Breland's doing more than Boxer.
Yeah.
And you know what? Pro Bellum should be ahead of boxing because Pro Bellum has more experienced boxing people.
That's true.
So they should be ahead.
Right.
Pro Bellum.
So they should have better quality, is what you're saying.
Yeah, boxers got this guy. Like, who the fuck's Ben Shalom? He's my age. He like, what has he done in boxing?
It's crazy.
I gotta look more into him. BT and Pops. George Foreman versus Akib Ibuchi. Prime for prime. Who wins? Great fight. You know, two very physically strong heavyweights. I'm gonna go with George. Big George.
Me too.
Big George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? Big George.
He's got his own YouTube channel. Follow him, guys.
Who? George Foreman?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he gave the predictions and everything. Oh, George gave the predictions and everything.
I gotta check that out.
I follow him now.
Harold wants to know. He said, "Pops, did you see Chris Eubank Jr. signing a microwave in the streets of London?"
Yeah, what kind of shit is that? Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
He's like selling a microwave. You know what that means? You gotta find the lady with the most expensive diamonds. She can cook you in that microwave. Yeah, that was some crazy stuff there. I never seen that. They were taking microwave, and the guy even asked him to sign his hand or something.
Yeah.
The other guy. Yeah.
Julio wants to know, where do you stand on the Ali versus Mike Tyson debate? I feel like Ali would win easily if he beat Joe Frazier twice. I think prime Muhammad Ali would absolutely school Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, people hate when I say this, but Mike Tyson, all the bigger guys he fought in his career, for the most part, that could actually box and had elite technical skills, he lost to. So, but why should I expect Mike Tyson to be the guy who was everything that the guys he fought in his career were times 5, times 10? You know, I don't think it would bode too well for Mike Tyson against Muhammad Ali. What do you think, Pops?
I have to agree with what you're saying. Exactly what you just said. But do you really want to? If you really want to find out when the ESBC game comes out, if they're on it, then you can play them. But I agree with what you're saying. Exactly what you just said about Mike Tyson and Ali. Mike Tyson was very powerful. We all know he's got the power and everything. But I mean, Ali was elusive, was very quick. His movement would be cause problems to Tyson. I think so.
So there you have it. What time is it? 12:33. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes, guys. It's late here in the States. 12:45. So 10 more minutes. Q&A. Anything goes. Anything goes. Nothing is off limits. So boxing wise, anything is off limits.
If you haven't.
Now Javed Ahmed asked, what do you think about Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson?
Oh, that'd be a great fight.
Lennox Lewis will beat. Or no, not Tyson. Lennox Lewis versus Ali.
Lennox Lewis, the Knox is powerful.
The Knox, there you go.
But I'm going with Ali.
I'm going with Lennox Lewis.
I'm going with Ali.
I'm going with Lennox Lewis. I think the power jab, the Emmanuel Stewart Lennox Lewis, with the power jab and the big right hand and the toughness he had. Listen, mind you, I don't know if you can see my wall. I got Riddick Bowe over my wall, so I'm not even the biggest Lennox Lewis fan. I like Riddick Bowe. But Lennox Lewis, I think, is definitely in the discussion for greatest heavyweight of all time, and he matches up well with any heavyweight history. You know, his combination of boxing fundamentals, size, skills, toughness. There were a lot of things about Lennox Lewis that get overlooked, and that's what it is, man. Yeah. Oh man. So now Julio's asking, what about Fury versus Ali? Why you ask me that, Chan? Because when I give it an answer, people are gonna say, "Oh my God."
Yeah. Another topic. Hey,
listen, man. I like Tyson Fury, man. I like Tyson Fury against almost any heavyweight, bro. I'm high on Tyson Fury. Have been for a long time. 6'9".
We're talking about that in the gym today.
Yeah. It'd be a good fight though. It would be interesting to see how Fury would cut off the ring against a guy like Ali. Ali with the pivots and the movements and the angles. It would be a tough fight. Now, one SSS, he's asking a life question, right? He's asking a life question. He says, did you ever feel that what you were doing wasn't important? Like, what's the point? Have you ever felt that way?
Yeah, if you actually do try something or done something or a job you went through or not just a job, not assignment, some kind of thing you're doing for yourself, when you're fixing your house or whatever, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing this? I'm just wasting my time. Or you try to make corrections with somebody else or this and that, and you give all the effort and everything, and it's not going nowhere. You're like, why am I still trying to do something that's not going to change?
Yeah. So, I'll tell you this, man. I've been on YouTube a long time, and I've gone through a lot of. I mean, it's crazy because if you kind of watch like my beginning of videos on YouTube to now, you can kind of see how I've grown and matured. And there's been a lot of times where I've been covering boxing where I felt like that. I'm like, man, like what the fuck's the point of covering boxing? I've actually asked myself that question a lot of times. There's been times where I get down because I feel like I should be further ahead, and then I've come to realize that, like, nah, God has me right where He wants me, and it's just up to me to win today. You know, I can't worry about what's happened yesterday or 4 or 5 weeks ago or 4 or 5 years ago. All I can do is worry about today. Like today, when I woke up, all I worried about was getting to the gym, to Louis Batista gym, to watch sparring and do a couple interviews. Tomorrow, I Pops. I don't think Pops is gonna be with me tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm gonna get on my scooter. I'm gonna go to back to my hometown and probably go to a couple gyms. Go to Canino's boxing gym, see what's up, and that'll be another day. But you focus on the task you have that day, and if you focus on what you got to do that day, and you keep your mind occupied, you won't have as much time to think to yourself, you know, is what I'm worth it? Is what I'm doing worth it? You know,
you basically say sometimes you do things.
But yeah, I've been there plenty of times.
Like, you know, is it really what we doing all worth while?
There's been time, I'll tell you,
you're helping people, helping family members, or doing a project, and you're doing all this stuff. Is it really worth doing it? Because at the end of the day, we all want some type of accountability, a sense that we appreciate what people do for people. And sometimes you get to that point that you're like, you know what? Fuck it. No matter what I do, it's not getting anywhere, so I keep doing it. Yeah.
As far as like with YouTube, right? Like, there's been times where I told my dad, I'm like, yo, ain't nobody watch. Like, I really told my dad this before. He could vouch for what I'm saying. Ain't nobody watch these fucking videos. Ain't nobody like, cause I want like more views and stuff, right? And then I'll go somewhere I've never gone before, like Texas or California or like Houston, and I'll just be walking around by myself, and people will say BT True School, and it's people that I don't know. It's people that don't know me. Just this past week at the fight, right? At the fight, a guy I never met in my life, he said, I want to take a picture with you. Like, and gave me like I'm some sort of celebrity. So then I took it with him, but there's plenty of times we feel that way. But all you can do is just worry about what's in front of you, and just keep doing what you're doing. And if people give you the credit you deserve, good. If not, you gotta find the reasons why you're doing things. If you can find the reasons why you're doing things, then when shit hits the fan and things get tough, you'll find a way to persevere. Yeah. And that's what for me, that's what's helped me.
And you can't buy into the narrative that your friends always, not all, but most, will just sit there and lie straight to your face and tell you things are great and you're doing this and you're doing that. It's not, when in reality you're not. You need to have friends on your side that are going to call it out the way they see it, and you'll respect that more. You might not accept the criticism, but you'll respect it more because they're calling out things for your own well-being.
Masamichi Yabuki says, I hear we got a Puerto Rican champion. It don't matter. He's going to be running when he fights me. Eddie must be mad about no Kaiguchi versus Soto unification. Yeah. Eddie Hearn getting real salty.
Oh, hell.
Real salty. You feel me? Julio Campos says, bro, honest criticism. You have great boxing knowledge. I feel like your production value should match that, and you'll definitely grow. And I 1,000% agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, there's so many things that happen in boxing, and I'm the kind of person that likes to cover it all. So, like, you know, you're right. I'm just gonna say you're right, and we'll definitely tighten that up. We'll tighten it up.
Thank you so much.
This channel will be big, True School. Look, I know I don't have as many subscribers as a lot of channels, and that's okay. I'm not only in that. I'm not in it for just that per se, but 23 million views is 23 million views, and a lot of people in boxing, whether I know it or not, have seen my videos because, like, I've interviewed fighters from like British, like from different countries. So like a lot of British fighters, Filipino fighters, obviously American fighters. So I would say, you know what, we made our mark in boxing, and we're gonna keep making our mark in boxing. And hopefully you guys will continue to support the channel and be along for the ride. Because I'm gonna tell you this. Look,
because of you guys, we're here.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. When I go to Las Vegas come October 26th, oh my God, man. There's gonna be so many crazy interviews. I can't wait.
Yeah, and be realistic about it. The saying, the journey's long, or whatever the thing is. You cross the line, and for us, it's been a journey. It's been a journey for him. And the reality is, sometimes we don't have what other people got. But you know what? He's still grinding. He's still doing it. And one thing that I can say about not because of my son, our channel and the other channels, that I see a lot of people when they want a true, honest opinion about anything, when it comes to boxing, I'm talking from trainers. I repeat this all the time. Trainers, boxers, champions from across the pond, from all over. I don't believe it, man. They call him my son. I'm like, they're calling him. He's like, these guys they got all kind of media. They got all kind of people they know within the boxing that are higher ups and everything. They'll always come back to him. And one thing about him is it's just like his name says. He's true to himself. He's true to what he says, and he's gonna call it the way he sees it. And that's why we respect him.
Oh man. Hyro says, BT, no more FIFA games with EA. They are a disgrace for not making boxing games now. Wait, there's no FIFA no more? Yo, if there's no FIFA, it's fuck EA Sports. If they don't make FIFA, FIFA is like the only game that I play.
Yeah.
I don't got no reason.
Yeah, no, boxing.
I don't got no reason, man. The average new media person can't tell us about the flyweight division. I feel like your journalistic abilities are Radio Raheem and Michelle Phelps level, and I appreciate that. You know, funny enough, you mentioned Radio Raheem. Radio Raheem and me nearly wound up working together about 4 years ago, and it just didn't work out. I don't think the timing was right, and I had other plans. He had other plans, but we respect each other, and he knows who I am. You know, shout out to him.
Respect him.
You know, Phelps. I'll give Michelle her credit. Michelle has improved over the years, but
just leave it there.
I'll leave it at that. I like Michelle. She's cool. Yeah. Did you see my message?
Who was that?
Could you imagine if Muhammad Ali was a southpaw?
Oh shit! Devastating.
I don't have to imagine. I can go on Fight Night. I can click RB and I can make him a southpaw. Cause you know on Fight Night with any fighter, even if they don't switch in real life, you can switch them, so you can fight. Yeah,
but he's trying to relate to the realistic part of it.
Nah, I know. He would have been more dangerous with that kind of speed, movement, angles, power. He would have been something to watch. I mean, he was something to watch without being a southpaw, but he would have been even crazier to watch as a southpaw.
Yeah, that's so true.
So we gonna see, man. We definitely gonna see. But let me see. John says that he agrees with Julio. I appreciate you, John. I appreciate you. We're definitely gonna I got some things planned for November, so I'm just trying to get to the rest of this month. Get to the rest of this month and then implement some things in November and finish the year strong and go into a great 2022. It's gonna be. Listen, man, things don't get worse. When it comes to me, things don't ever get worse. They get better.
Got to.
Always get better.
It's the mind frame you gotta have. Like I say, you can't do it without you guys giving the support you're doing and helping us out and being here and talking boxing, talking live, talking everything. That's what makes the channel the way it is. We call it what we call it and be real about it. Ain't no faking over here.
Yeah. Freaking Hyro says, BT, I won't forget about PBC. BT leaves to Vegas. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Hyro?
He said, you ain't gonna be here to the live. Yeah, you still do your live.
I'm still gonna do my damn. I'm still doing my lives, but
you'll be there. Yeah,
I'm gonna be there. So maybe there may not be as many, but we're gonna be live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go live as much as possible when I'm in Vegas.
And get interviews and stuff.
And the interviews is gonna be great. I'm telling y'all.
He's coming.
I'm not gonna say no names.
He's coming.
But they're gonna happen.
He's coming.
Oh, Hyro says that what he want to say is I won't forget about Pops. He's saying that he won't forget about you.
Oh, I thought you're not watching it here, and he's gonna go live, so I can probably watch it live. And if I want to chime in, I just chime in on their live and support them also. And if you still want to do the local fights, I'm not Brandon, but I can do what I can do what I can. If you want me to, Aaron, just let me know.
Let me see. Savannah Marshall might give you an interview. I'm sure Savannah Marshall will give me an interview. I gotta ask Savannah.
She give me an interview, then we'll go to your wedding, right, Harold?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, look, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. But before I wrap it up, well, I'll ask Pops. Any message you want to give people?
God bless. Thank you for being here and supporting us, and may God continue to watch over you guys. And thank you for supporting True School Sports and my son.
Absolutely. Thank you for supporting us, guys. Comments, likes, anything. We appreciate it all, even the criticism. Friday, I'll be live for the Oscar Rivas Bridgerweight title fight, so make sure you guys be here for that. And then Saturday, we'll be live again for Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring. In the intermediate time, just keep your eyes out for any content on the channel. If there's any videos you missed, go back and watch them. They're having a couple that dropped. There will be a couple more that drop throughout the week. And there's even a couple of interviews that I've done, so watch out for those. And yeah, just keep supporting the real. You know, if there's fake in the world, you know, stop supporting the fake. Definitely support the real. Continue to support True School Sports, Real Boxing Talk, and we'll keep getting better and just tightening up as the years as the days, months, and years progress. But until then, like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.